Welcome to Enchanting Sorcery Productions. I am Elizabeth. Tonight is the premiere of The Forgotten. We are streaming episode 1, The Road to Nowhere. Thank you guys for all hanging out with us while we get started with this. I am going to be the keeper. Oh, my cat is being obnoxious. Sorry. I will be your keeper for this Call of Cthulhu. As soon as my cat rubs up against me, my brain's like, oh, cat. And then I forget about everything else. Sorry about that. I will focus. Before we get into intros and everything like that, there are a couple of things that I would like to mention, one of them being content warnings. I will do this each session at the very beginning, just in case this is the first session somebody is able to catch. Content warnings that could potentially come up for this game are drug use, alcohol use, blood and gore, body horror, enclosed spaces, scary or horrific visions or dreams, human sacrifice, murder, occult practices, and scary monsters. If anything else looks like it could potentially come up, I will discuss it off camera with the cast prior to us going into it, and then I will mention it again before it actually happens, just so everybody is aware. I am having a little bit of a tech issue tonight. We are supposed to have captions, but it's just not cooperating with me. So I'm leaving it up just in case it pops up for some reason and it just magically works. But hopefully we'll have that wrinkle ironed out for the next session. So I apologize we don't have captions for everybody. The next thing that I want to mention for everybody watching, and I actually forgot to look at this before we started to make sure everything was correct. So I'm just going to assume that everybody is awesome and I'm going to trust that everything's fine. I have 4 for this game. The first one is called Divine Intervention. Only 3 of these can be redeemed per session. This is a free reroll that goes into a team pool. These can be used by any of the players, but they are shared between all of you. They can be banked, so you can use them. You can save and use them when you need it. You can only use one of them per scene, and it's either luck or divine intervention. So, for example, if you roll and you're super close to getting a passing roll and you want to use luck, you wouldn't be able to use a divine intervention to re-roll it. If you use a divine intervention, you can't use luck on either of the rolls, but you do get to decide which roll you use. The second one is a moment of clarity. 5 of these can be redeemed per session, and the redeemer must specify which player receives it. These can also be banked to use when you need them. If you are stuck and unsure how to proceed, you may use a moment of clarity to ask me a question. It must be specific to the issue at hand, and I have to answer truthfully or give honest clues. Now, while I have to give you an honest answer, it doesn't have to be the full honest answer. For example, if you are trying to solve a puzzle and you ask me a question about the puzzle, I can give you a clue, an honest clue as to how to help you solve whatever's going on. Another example would be if you're overwhelmed with information and you don't know where to go next. I might suggest a particular NPC to talk to or a particular place to visit, that sort of thing. And only one of these can be used per scene. I can ask you to reword your question or ask a different question, but only if it's important for story reasons. The third one is meditation. Only 2 of these can be redeemed per game. And again, they have to specify who gets it, and it has to go to 2 different players each game, each session. What this basically does is if you get one of these, you get to roll a d6 and you get that much sanity back. I will ask you to kind of give a brief description of how you're calming yourself. Are you grounding yourself? Are you meditating for a few minutes? Are you reading a book? That sort of thing. And you can't bank these. They need to be used when the next time it's story appropriate. So if you're in the middle of a conflict, it doesn't make any sense to be like, hey guys, time out. I got to go meditate for a minute. So although if you're in the middle of a fight and somebody actually tries to call timeout, I might actually allow it just to see what happens. But anyway, I'm getting off track. That sort of thing. So the next time it's narratively appropriate for you to take a few minutes to yourself to kind of ground yourself or calm yourself down, you would roll a d6 and you get that much sanity back. Um, and then the last one is my personal favorite. It is what I'm calling Keep or Give 'em Hell. And it is for me. Only 2 of these can be redeemed per session. But when appropriate, I will add some sort of complication or threat to the group. Now I can't bank these, but I can save them to use when it's narratively appropriate. So like if you're out in the middle of the day doing something, I can't just like throw a weird enemy at you that wouldn't typically come out during the day, that sort of thing. So I kind of have to plan it to make sure it makes sense for the moment. But I can't like hold on to them and then like throw everything at you all at once. That sort of thing. I want to remind all the players you guys do have you each have a personal journal in Foundry for you. You can use it for notes, you can use it for whatever you want. You are the only person that can see it besides myself, and I'm not going to look at it unless you ask me to. The other one is a one that I'm calling Benny's, and that's where we can keep track of all of the channel points that are redeemed, and everyone can see it, everyone can interact with it, everyone can kind of, add to it or take away from it, that sort of thing. I think that's it from my end. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into this. This is not going to take this long going forward, I promise. I'm so sorry. I feel like I've just been like talking forever, which as the GM I know is kind of my job, but anyway. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do everybody's intros a little bit different tonight. What we're going to do is I'm going to get started, and then we're going to introduce everybody as they're getting onto the bus. So our story starts August 24th, 1975. Each of you is at a bus stop. If you have pre-purchased your ticket, you were told a mistake occurred and you were switched to a different bus line. Same price. In some cases, some of you may have gotten a little bit back because it was a little bit cheaper. But the bus line that you had originally booked was overbooked, and they were taking some people off and putting them on a newer bus line. It's called Constellation Bus Lines. They're what is the word that I'm looking for? Not the theme. Their like tagline is "We'll get you where you need to be." If you were just buying your ticket when you showed up there, you're automatically, everybody else is full, so this is the bus line. Getting onto the bus, though, it's very nice. It smells nice. It's very clean. The seats look very comfortable. It looks like a brand new bus. So as you guys each kind of get onto the bus, we're going to do intros. I'm going to pick the first person, and then you guys can just kind of popcorn it around from there. As you get onto the bus, please tell us your name and pronouns, your character's name and pronouns. Give us a little description of who we're seeing step onto the bus, and tell us where you are headed when you get on the bus. So I am just going to pick the first person that I see, which is Erin. Hello, welcome, hi.
Let me unmute. Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron. Pronouns she, they, Faye. I will be playing Maxine Max O'Quinn. Max is well dressed in a suit and tie. She is the head of the O'Quinn crime family. Don't worry about it, it's fine. The bus she was taking was actually back to her hometown, so she could lay low for a bit after things got hot in the city.
Very nice. And then, go ahead and popcorn it to somebody else.
Let's see who's next. I think Destiny is top of my player list, so Destiny, you're up.
Hello. Hi, I'm Danny. Pronouns she, they. And getting onto the bus is Destiny. You see a fairly tall, fairly fit, black young woman who is sort of like, her hat isn't enough to hide her face, but you can tell it's set in a way that she probably tried. And she's wearing like a white hoodie with like a black vest over it, and like these sort of black pants and tennis. And she is has these headphones on, and is avoiding eye contact because she is very stressed to have to take another bus than the original plan. all of the preparing she did socially has gone out the window, and she had to improvise on the spot, and that is the worst thing that could ever happen to her. So, she is panicking as, funnily enough, she was also on her way back home from a sports trip, a little track meetup that she had done on her own, which was, horrific, but she's used to it by now. So she gets in like probably the very back of the bus and just has her hands over the little headphones and just looking out the window. And she'll probably see the next person to come up on the bus. I'm sorry. Close enough. That's probably the same thing, right? Never been on either. That would be, uh, um, go Miriam.
Hello, my name is Cassandra. I use she, her pronouns, and I'll be playing Miriam, uh, a skittish younger woman that looks and acts a little older than her years, warily stepping onto the bus. Um, and she was actually kind of running on vibes. The decision to take this bus in particular was kind of a feeling, one that remained undeterred at the sudden change. And I will be sending it over to Merm.
Hi, everybody. My name is Merm. I use she, they pronouns. And you see a 70-year-old woman hobble up to the bus, like very desperately grabbing onto the side rail. She's very anxious to be on a bus. She's actually leaving. She had like a bus transfer, but she was just leaving town to visit her oldest, who just had a baby. And so just like a little old lady in a little sweater, just kind of hobbling, and then like takes the very first seat that she sees and sits down and kind of just like leans against the wall and just doesn't interact with anything around them. So, yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to Julia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Julia. I use any pronouns. Tonight I'll be playing Lucky, who uses she, her pronouns. So you all would see a woman in her early 20s, on the taller side, just wearing a red tank top tucked into some denim shorts and some red Converse, and then like this oversized brown cardigan over that. And she has this like little past shoulder length strawberry blonde hair, a lot of freckles that are not that are pretty faded, but yeah. And she's got a big backpack, and she's also got over her shoulder what looks like a camera bag. And she's very used to this. She takes buses like this all the time. So she just, like sits herself down somewhere in the middle, no problem. She is headed a little bit upstate to visit a friend from college who she hasn't seen in a bit. And yeah, I just sit. I take out like a book and just get ready for the ride.
Amazing. I'm so excited to have all of you here. This is going to be great. All right, so as you each get onto this bus, and you kind of look around as the bus, you start heading on your way, you realize that some of the passengers look familiar. It may take you a minute, for some of you if you haven't been back in a while, but you recognize some of these people from your old neighborhood, or I mean, if you still live there, from back home. So as the bus, pulls out of the station and starts along the way, Is there anything that you guys would like to do on the bus before we get weird?
So the grandma kind of like sits up a little bit and turns around and is just like, Erin! Erin, come here! Come here! Right.
It's Max.
Sorry, Max, my bad. Max,
You
come
good?
here! Max! Max!
Max will lean out of the seat she's in and be like, "Oh, Grandma Tala, huh?" And then she'll get up and walk up and sit down next to you. I Are you also heading back home?
No, I'm actually, I have to visit Pepe. He had a new baby. So I'm leaving town. Did I get on the wrong bus?
Max will check her ticket.
Everybody is on the right bus. This bus, it is one of like the long bus. They will start on one end of the country and just like drive down and then come back. So everybody is on the right bus.
Fancy seeing you here, though. Congrats on the new grandkid.
Yeah, this is my 6th one. Wow, I love my grandbabies. Do you need a place to stay when you get back? My house is always open, you know. Remember that time?
Mm, indeed.
Yeah.
No. I have arrangements already. So thank you, though.
Of course, if you ever want to come over,
I wouldn't want another visit to your house by the police. So
you know. Tala just kind of turns to the window.
Amazing. What about everybody else?
I think overhearing that, I like notice that Tala and Max are both here, and it's kind of a moment of like, oh, because as much as I want to say hi to Tala, I'm a little intimidated by Max, honestly. So it's the type of thing where it's like, oh, that's what a funny coincidence. That's cute. Like if they notice me, I'll say hi, but I'm gonna stay here for now.
All right. What about Destiny or Miriam?
I think Miriam would have definitely noticed. But she would not be making any moves.
Okay.
I think it takes like a while through the ride for Destiny to notice. I imagine Grandma Tala is the type to like talk if she has someone to talk through like the entire ride. That's sort of the vibe she's giving me. So I think at some point Destiny will like notice at one point when she finally has the courage to look over and look at people, she'll like notice and her eyes like light up just the tiniest bit and it looks like she like gets up to move. And then if anybody was looking at her eyes, it almost looks like she spaces out as if she's playing an entire interaction in her mind and then goes sort of sinks back in her seat. But she would have like given like a little like to both Tala and Max.
I think Max is going to read the vibe of the bus because she's used to having to watch her back constantly, and is like, "I'm gonna go return to my seat now and just." leaves.
Okay, see you later.
When Max moves, Destiny will also like give like a wave to her to show like she's not afraid of Max at all. Actually, she's honestly a little bit of her is like, okay, this has to be fine then. This has to be fine then. This is okay then. But then she just like
Where on the bus is Destiny sitting? I'm wondering if I see her.
um the far back.
Okay, so probably not then if I'm in the middle. But I would see Max waving to someone and just be like, maybe lean over a little bit. I don't know if I see Destiny. But.
I mean, I feel like you would. She's very hard to miss. I think even if she tries to hide, but her height does not, her build does not help her. So you try to see this person sort of like scrunched up in the like a back seat, and I think like you make eye contact, and she's like,
One thing Miriam would have absolutely gone to the very back as far as she could get.
they're just like
Fun.
sitting next to each other.
I'm just
Bunch
like
of extroverts,
picturing
honestly.
them like looking and then looking
Yes.
away. Like.
And I'm assuming there are like other people on this bus besides us.
Yes.
Okay.
When you get on the bus, it's pretty full, actually. It seats about 50, and it's probably like about 40 people, like at its max. About 40 people are on the bus. As you get to a certain point, there's only about 15 of you on the bus. So the 5 of you, 10 other people, and then the driver. So 16 total if you count the driver. When you get to a certain point. But at the start, for about half of the ride, for a couple of hours, it's pretty full. There's about 40 people on the bus. All right. Well, after a while, you might start to realize that you have not made any stops recently, probably in about an hour and a half. In fact, it doesn't actually look like you're on the highway anymore. You're pretty much on like a single lane road surrounded by trees. And I mean, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's peaceful. The only real noises that you hear are the noises from the bus. And as you kind of keep going, you notice that, you kind of come around a bend and you reach what looks to be a very small town. Strangely enough, especially if you're looking out the window and you're like actively, noticing these things, there was no signs leading up to this town. So, like when especially like if you're on back roads, you expect to see like, Newport News 15 miles ahead or something like that. Sorry, that's where I'm from back home. It's the first thing that popped into my head. You would expect to see signs like telling you, gas up ahead or something, like some kind of indication that there is something coming. But there was nothing like that. In fact, you haven't seen any signs for a while. But you come around this bend and then bam, you're in this small little town. There's a small farm to the left as you're driving by. There's some houses, a diner, and just a handful of buildings. You see what looks to be almost like a lighthouse off in the distance, which seems a little weird. The buildings all look kind of run down. There's nothing like they're not actively falling apart. They just look like they're old and they haven't been maintained well. So like paint is fading, the wood looks worn, that sort of thing. It has a very like old timey like small town vibe. The people in the town that you see look very surprised to see a bus driving down. And when I say small, like the road that you're on is literally the only road that you see in this town. So it's small enough that people basically walk everywhere. And they look very, very surprised to see you driving by. As you get through the town, which again does not take very long because it is not a very large town, the road gets kind of windy and the trees are thicker. It's hard to see around the bends. It's almost unnerving, like as you're kind of like going around these bends because you don't know what's going to be. You can't see what's going to, what's going to happen when you get around it. But then after like one of them, it kind of lightens up a little bit. The trees lessen. It almost feels like it's easier to breathe. Like the road is just a straight shot for a while. It doesn't feel like you're so closed in. But after a few minutes, the bus starts to slow down and comes to a stop. And if you look up ahead, you see a very large tree blocking the road. Does anybody do anything?
Considering Miriam is right next to Destiny, she's probably the one who sees that Destiny like feels the bus stop. Her eyes widen, she like looks outside, like the window, and she looks like out front to peer to see the tree in front of the bus, and she goes, "Oh no. Oh no."
And with like occasional glances, Destiny would see like the most freakishly excited look on her face. Just like it's been hours since our last stop.
Oh no.
And now there's a tree blocking the road.
Is it like a fallen tree or just like?
That's
Oh,
what it
okay.
looks like. It looks like a very, very, very large tree that has fallen over in the middle of the road.
Destiny like looks over, like there's a tree blocking the road.
There's a tree blocking the road.
We're gonna die. What if
No.
there's a tree blocking the road? She's just like head in hands.
There any like, is the driver like giving any indication that they're working on this or like what's going on? Like, are we getting any?
Yeah, the bus driver kind of, as the bus comes to a stop, kind of looks up and looks and says, "I don't think we're going to be able to get past this. I don't think that we can't clear this. It's too big, it's too heavy, where there's no way that we're going to be able to do this. So I'm going to turn around. There was that small town that we passed a little ways back. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to see if we can get directions. I must have missed a turn somewhere, which seems really weird. I didn't see any roads or any signs, but we'll check and see. And I'm sure it's not going to be an issue. We'll get back to the highway, no problem." So she very carefully maneuvers the bus so that you guys are able to turn around. It does take a little bit because, it is, the road is very narrow and there are trees, so they are trying to obviously not, get stuck. So it does take a little bit, but she's able to get the bus turned around and you head back. At this point, it's starting to get later in the day. It's probably going on about 6 o'clock in the evening at this point. As you get back into the town, the people they seem a little less surprised to see you at this point. They kind of, actually, if anybody would like to do some kind of a roll to see if they can get like a better feel for the townspeople, like the vibe that's going on, you are more than welcome to roll something to see if you can kind of get the feel of the town.
Vibe check is usually psychology, right?
It is. If there's something else that you think would work and you would like to pitch it to me, I would love to listen. I may not allow it, but I'm willing to listen.
No, I'm happy to roll psychology.
Okay.
No, absolutely not.
I could also roll.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Anybody who wants to roll can roll. That was an 82. Unfortunately, that did not succeed.
Why does this die keep dropping? Okay. Yeah, I also failed.
All right. Is anybody else doing any kind of rolls?
I'm too busy panicking.
That's fair.
Can I try to like hear if they're saying anything outside?
Yeah.
Would that just be listening?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. How do I roll on this?
You should just be able to click listen,
Mm-hmm.
and then it should. I did not mean to put that on the screen. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, you should be able to click right next to listen, and then it should pop up to roll. If it doesn't, please let me know. I don't want to accidentally roll on your sheets. I don't want to.
It is. I keep pressing the dice next to listen, and nothing is happening.
Nothing is happening. Okay.
Can you
let's see.
click on like the word listen? Like
Yeah.
not the dice, but the word itself.
Also, lock your actor sheet. Maybe that's what's causing
probably.
it to not.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
there we go.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
9, fantastic. Okay, so
That was me rolling
that was
to.
okay.
hmm
Oh, well.
I'm also
still
going
can't
to
roll.
listen in, but
I thought that was.
I was testing to see if it was.
So funny. This is so incredible.
So yeah,
I'm
if you click
sorry.
on the word listen, does it give you a pop-up box? It may. It
Yeah,
may
the
show-
word listen.
Now it does because I had it unlocked,
Gotcha.
and then everything is regular. Correct?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Were you actually Did you want that 9, Miriam? Because that's.
Yes.
Oh wow, a 7
Yeah.
and a 9. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so both of you, as you're kind of rolling into town and you guys have stopped and the driver has opened the doors and has stepped out and is talking to somebody trying to get directions. You hear, and actually I'm gonna show this to everyone because this is kind of what the town looks like. Sorry, I meant to switch to that and I forgot. So you guys are on this main road and you're kind of stopped in between where it says clinic and diner. Closer to the diner is where you are. You see several people in the diner standing at the door. One of them is how old did I say she was? She's like a youngish woman, which is unhelpful. I know, I'm sorry. She is about 28. Very like long, dirty blonde hair. She is whispering to an even younger looking woman, and well, not really whispering, but trying to talk softly. Have we ever had a bus show up? Well, not. I mean, you've been here longer than I have. I don't know. I've never seen a bus before. Well, what does that mean? I mean, more people means more supplies. We haven't had anybody stop in a while. What does this mean? How am I supposed to know? I'm newer than you are. You're supposed to be able to tell me these things. That is what the conversation that the two of you are hearing from these two people in the diner. There is a man standing outside of the bus with the bus driver. Can you feed the cat for me? Thank you. And he's like, well, you just follow this road back. You just keep going straight down this road, and you go out of the town. You should see the highway on the right. There should be the turnoff. It's a couple miles. I mean, it's a couple miles down, so you should be fine. And as he's like saying this, even without the psychology roll, you know that like he is very uncomfortable. You can tell that he is very uncomfortable giving you these directions. And as he's like giving these directions, one of the women from the back, there's no time. Look. And she points, and you see the sun starting to set. And he kind of looks up, and he gets this like fear on his face. And he says, all right, look, I was really hoping not to have to do this, but I need you all to get off of this bus and you need to come into the diner right now. You'll be safe in the diner. It is not safe You need to come with me. I promise. I know you have no reason to trust me. I know. And I promise to explain everything. But I need you to come inside. Please get off this bus and come inside.
This is the bus driver, or this is the man the driver was talking to?
This is the man the driver's talking to.
Okay. I think I just like assume people are freaking out over nothing, and like I travel a lot. I've been on like, you know, people get a flat all the time. This has happened before, so I'm just like, yeah, okay, I know the deal. I'm gonna be put in a motel for a night. So.
Okay. What about everybody else?
Miriam's gonna be
Tala's-
getting her stuff together.
Yeah. Grandma Tala is like already anxious about being on a bus. So anything to get off this bus, down.
If I walk past Tala, just Tala, hi.
Hello. It's so nice
This
to see you, Lucky.
Yeah, this is great. What a nice surprise. Can I help you with anything?
No, I just have the one bag in my bed.
Okay,
You know,
great.
it's so hot all the time.
Yeah.
These hot flashes.
Yeah, okay.
I think, is Max still on the bus?
Max is getting up and adjusts something under her jacket to have easier access to it. Don't worry about it.
It's very funny you say that. Destiny like rushes like out of her seat and then pauses, and then sort of shuffles a little closer to Max and says like, you have like a thing, right? You have a thing.
She smiles at Destiny and winks and just kind of like rubs her back. Like, don't worry, sweetie, I got this.
This is like cult stuff. Like this is what they do.
So
Miriam is going to light up hearing that word.
Okay. Normal.
normal reaction.
Normal reaction.
Normal behavior.
all right. So is everybody kind of grabbing what you have on you? And okay.
Yeah.
I will say this, that the bus is one of those buses that have like the outside compartments where you can like store luggage, and then you just kind of take like your carry-ons inside. The gentleman says, just take whatever you can grab. Come inside now. And as you're all kind of shuffling off of the bus, the bus driver was starting to argue with him, like, look, I don't know what your deal is, but look, we really just need, we're gonna be fine. It's totally fine. I've driven in the dark before. It's not. And he's like arguing, like, no, you don't understand. You need to come inside. I'm telling you. And as he's saying that, in the distance, you start to hear this like screeching sound. And it sounds like it's all around you, like surrounding the town. And he stops, and he already looked scared, but he honestly looks like he's about to piss his pants when he hears this noise. And he says, we're out of time. We have to go now. They're coming. You don't understand. We have to go now. Everybody, come on.
Is what?
Destiny's in the diner.
The truck star
Are you
just
kidding me?
shoots past everybody. Amazing.
A track star.
Every single step is going to be so forced and just interrupted with like, what do they look like? Have you seen one?
I promise you're going to find out very soon, but it's better that you're inside when it happens. And as all of this is happening, you can hear the screeching get closer and closer until it almost sounds like it's like on you. And he's like, come on. And then the two women at the door, and there's a couple of other people inside the diner, like at the windows, like, oh, are they coming inside? They need to come inside now. We need to shut this door. If they don't come inside, just leave them out there and shut the damn door. But the two women at the door are like holding the door open, like motioning for people to come inside. There are about 4 people on the bus. that as the screeching gets closer and they get off of the bus, they panic and they run into the trees. And he's yelling at them, oh, no, oh, fuck. We can't worry about them. We can't worry about them now. They're not our problem.
Sorry, what's happening? What are you...
Inside right now. Come on.
Yeah, okay, I'm going, but...
I promise I'll explain everything.
Okay.
Do all of you follow inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as all of you are inside and the bus driver goes inside and then the couple of other people that were on the bus go inside, they like slam the door shut, lock the door, start pulling blinds so that you can't like look out the window. He stands in front of the door and he says, okay, now look. These things, they're going to come. They're on their way and they're going to start talking to you and they're going to try to get you to come outside. Do not go outside.
What things?
And he kind of like runs his hand through his hair. I don't know. I don't know what they are. I just know they come out at night. And if you're outside when they come out, bad things happen.
Sure.
So descriptive of you, thanks.
You start hearing voices outside. Like the screeching has stopped and now you kind of hear footsteps and you hear people outside and you hear this like very friendly, very feminine, like older woman voice. Dearies, won't you come out and help an old lady?
Are we all hearing this?
Oh, yeah. No, everybody's inside hearing it. You see, like, the younger of the two women that were at the door is now, like, on the floor with her hands over her ears shaking. Like, she does not want to hear what's going to happen. Dearie.
Grandma goes over to the one that's on the floor.
Okay. She is, like, muttering to herself, like, everything's going to be fine. We just need to get through the night. I'm not gonna listen, and I'm not gonna look. If I don't look, then I don't know what's going on. It's not happening. And like, that's kind of like, she's muttering that to herself as she's like covering her ears and shaking. Dearies, please, you know you want to come help an old lady.
What's the rest of this interior like?
So this kind of looks like an old-fashioned diner. There are booths up against the windows. So like you come in the front door and the whole thing, like the both sides in the front of it are lined with windows. And all of the blinds have been drawn. There are booths lining all around like the whole corners. And then they have a fairly large like bar area where people can kind of sit at the bar and like order food. And then in the back is like the kitchen area and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you said all the window shades are down?
Yes, but you can raise them if you wish.
Okay. I think I'm like assuming that someone's gonna yell at me if I do anything. I'll go up to someone else who looks like they might be a little more helpful.
Okay.
Excuse me. Can I ask, is there like a motel around here or a phone I could use?
She says there are no phones. There is no... And she kind of like looks at the guy and he just kind of like shrugs his shoulders like, go ahead. She says, there is no outside world now. Once you saw that tree, you are here and this is your world now. There are no landlines. There is no calling anybody for help. The day is safe. The nights are for them. The nights they come out and they hunt us.
Okay. Gonna put a pin in that. Lucky is very tired and is just like I guess I'd like to make a psychology check. Like, how much do they
Yeah.
believe their bullshit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where is my sheet? There it is.
Yeah, if anybody wants to do any
That's
kind of sheet or any kind of rolls, just let me know. I'm sorry, go ahead. Oh, no.
that's a success.
Okay.
That's a 24 on a 40.
Perfect. Everybody that was not on the bus wholeheartedly believes all of this. Even without like a psychology degree, you can tell these people are terrified of what is out there, and they wholeheartedly believe what this woman is saying to be the truth.
Okay. Okay. So we're just stuck in this diner all night? Is there nowhere with beds?
For tonight, yeah, we're stuck here. We saw the bus, and we figured that you would be back. We were hoping it was going to be a little earlier, but it is what it is. So tonight we're all sleeping here in the booths. In the morning we'll take you. There's a motel that some people stay at. There's a couple of houses that are open. There's the boarding house up on the hill that has room. In the morning we'll show you around. I have a name. What is his name? Sheriff Ford is at the police station right now. He'll be here in the morning, and he'll help us show you around. He'll give you the lay of the land. But for now we're stuck here.
Don't quite think I understand why we can't go right now. I understand there's something very scary outside, but it's what exactly is it?
Go open the blinds. Go take a look.
Are
you gonna open the blinds?
She told me to. Fuck
Okay.
it.
All right.
I'm not gonna open them. I'll just like
peek inside. Okay. Is anybody else peeking outside?
Miriam is taking the first opportunity.
Okay. All right. As you peek outside, you see, the very first thing you see is a little old woman. She's probably about 4'9", hunched over with a cane. She looks kind of oddly dressed for it being 1975. It almost looks like she's maybe dressed from like the 20s. And, she's sitting there and she has this smile on her face. She looks really pleasant. But she looks kind of off. And you can't quite put your finger on it. Like, there's just something about her that is off. And I mean, obviously, like, there's something off about this entire situation. But, like, her physical features, while they look, like, at first glance, they look normal, you feel like there's just something off about the way she looks, and you can't quite put your finger on it. And then you notice that there's probably about 60 people surrounding the bus and the diner. They're all outside, they're all standing around, and they're all smiling.
Okay. Yeah, just gonna put that back. And I think I also like notice Miriam is here now. Hi. What?
Oh, hello.
This is what how did That's crazy.
What's crazy?
I mean, you, Tala, Destiny, Max.
Huh.
It's a little reunion.
The childlike glee is going to slowly fade from her face as she looks at each of you. Why are all of you here?
I mean, I was just headed to. I was going to take another bus after this. I was just going to go visit someone.
Isn't right.
Hmm?
Well, that changes my plans. Just a smidge.
Look, I mean, whatever these people are talking about, they like.
Whatever
Yes,
they're
that
talking about is real.
you think?
I know.
Okay. I think tomorrow morning I'm just gonna like hitchhike somewhere.
You can try.
Okay, good to see you,
Before
Miriam.
you.
Just gonna be like, too many weird things are happening right now. I'm just gonna like, I will indulge this for as much as I can, and then I will stop.
I love that. Okay, well, it was good seeing you.
Like,
I am done now.
talk to me again when you're being normal.
And as Lucky walks away, Miriam is going to move up to. Actually, is the man that directed us here still here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then she is going to go up to him and ask, "What did they leave behind?
What do you mean?
Anything? When they hunt you, did they leave anything behind?"
At this time, like right after you say this, you hear another voice from outside, and it is a man's voice. And he sounds incredibly drunk. And he says, Maria! Maria! I know you're in there! Damn it! You're my wife and you're supposed to be home cooking me dinner. And you see the woman that you were talking to, Lucky, that told you can't go outside. And that, like, the world isn't real anymore.
Yeah.
You can just, like, see the look on her face. Like, first it's anger and embarrassment, and then she just, like, takes a deep breath and rolls her eyes and, like, puts her hand. Fuck. And she looks at the man that Miriam is talking to. Drew, is he? Please tell me he's not really out there. And Drew says no. He like looks. No, he's fucking out there. All right, you wanted to see what they leave behind, and he yanks up the shades. You're about to find out. And the
Eyes open,
eyes open.
notebook open.
The man like stumbles. And he's like pushing like some of these things out of the way, like drunkenly, like stumbling through them. I don't know. Get out! What are you? Get out of here, you stupid! I'm in charge here. This is my town. This is my town. Damn it! You get out here right now, and you come home with me. You are my wife. You think I didn't know? I knew. And then you see a younger looking woman, and again smiling. She's probably about 5'3", short curly black hair, very, very pretty. Walks up to him and smiles, and he says, well, hi there, little lady. I think I might trade you in for a younger, nicer model. I bet she knows how to make pot roast without drying it out. And this like thing like embraces him, and like his back is to you at this point, and she is facing you, and her hands wrap around his waist, and she looks at the window, and she has this smile on her face, and he's still like drunkenly like mumbling and like every so often like saying an expletive. But as you're watching, you see her smile, and it gets bigger and bigger
Oh.
and bigger, and it's like her face is kind of elongating and her smile's getting bigger, and when she smiles and she smiles big, you see all of these sharp pointy teeth. It's almost like, you know how sharks have like the 2 rows of teeth? It's almost like that, but they're like razor sharp. And you see her hands around his back, they elongate into these like really weird claws almost. And she spins him around, and she takes her claw and just slashes him from shoulder all the way down. And then as he falls, she jumps on him, and you see her rip out his throat with her razor sharp teeth. And she looks back at you, and she has, blood dripping from everywhere, and she smiles and says, "Don't you want to come out and play with me?"
Seeing?
I'm sorry?
Are we all seeing this?
Anybody who's looking out the window, the blinds that's open.
Max is going to go behind the counter of this place and look for booze.
That's fair.
Okay.
I think now it's like starting to like hit a little bit. And I think Lucky's just like speechless. I think I'm just like staring at this, like my jaw hits the floor. Just what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
You do find like a small flask behind the counter, by the way.
Oh, wonderful.
The man, Drew, looks at the woman and says, and he doesn't say anything at first. He just kind of looks at her, because it's like one of those situations. Like, they knew that it was a bad relationship. Like, this guy was a prick. Everybody hated him. It was obvious that she was very unhappy, and she spent a lot of her time at the diner for a reason. But it's like one of those situations. Okay, is she gonna fall apart? Do I need to like comfort her, or is she gonna be relieved, and are we gonna celebrate tonight? Like, this is like, okay, like he's trying to like gauge her reaction, and like she pales, and as she watches her husband get ripped apart, and breathes, like takes a really deep breath. It is about fucking time that guy died. Oh my god. Okay, so now do you see what we're talking about? You cannot leave right now.
What the hell was that?
I wish I had actual answers to give you, but the truth is I don't know. I'm assuming you guys saw the tree, right? That's what the driver said when you turned back around and came back into town. You saw the tree in the middle of the road. All of us saw that tree at some point. It didn't matter where we were. All of us. We were all in different places, all over the states. Doesn't matter. It shouldn't exist. Makes no sense. This place makes no sense. It should not exist. But everybody here has driven through this town and saw that tree. And that's it. There is no way out. Anytime you drive down that road, it wraps back around into this town. Anytime you go back out that way, it wraps back. Once after you see the tree is gone, but it just wraps back around. We have water, an ocean, which makes no frickin' sense out there. We had somebody make a raft, and guess what? They ended up right back here. There's no way. The trees, you can go through the forest, but it's so dense and so foggy. The compasses don't work. You can get to a certain point. We have markers. We have hunters that go out to hunt for us, and like foragers and things like that. We have markers so they know where to go. They don't go past a certain line, because once you do, you either don't come back, or if you do, you're not the same.
That can't be possible, though.
I know. Like I said, I wish I had a better answer for you. most of us here wish that we could find a way home or figure out what this place is or what those things are, but during the day we have to make sure we have what we need for the nights.
Who got here first?
That is a very good question. There are two people here that claim they have been here the longest. They claim they were the first here, but we have no way to validate that. I don't know why they would lie, but they typically work the lighthouse. The lighthouse works. We're hoping that maybe somebody will see the light and come in, but it's not happened yet. Apparently they have been here since 1955.
Okay, so that guy outside who just got eaten, did he just not know the deal? If that's your husband, how did he not know that would happen?
Brian didn't understand this place. Before we came here, he was a lawyer. We were living in San Francisco. He was successful. He's a good lawyer. He's one of those slippery, schmarmy guys. When we got here, he figured that since he was so important in his life, that he should be important here, and decided to crown himself king of nowhere. He refused to help out. He spends the majority of his time telling people what to do, not that anybody listens because he's an idiot. Was an idiot. He drinks himself into oblivion every night. Most of the time when we are home, I have to practically barricade ourselves in because otherwise he'll get drunk and do something stupid like walk outside like he did tonight. He knows the deal. He just didn't accept it. And I can guarantee he was shit-faced and did not care.
Grandma kind of just comes up and pats her on the shoulder. She's like, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
We have a saying that we say when we lose someone. You know, you sound like you don't like him very much, but I want to say it regardless. If that's okay.
That's very kind of you. Thank you. Yes.
I have to find it first. Here's. We say "Ia manguia la malanga," which means English is hard. Safe journey. Because after we die is something else.
That's very beautiful. Thank you.
And then Grandma Tala kind of goes to a booth because she's really tired after everything that's just happened.
There's a small storage room in the back. We have learned, or those before us have kind of taught us that everybody needs to be prepared just in case. You never know what's going to happen. You never know where you are going to have to spend the night. So we have blankets, we have some pillows. We can make this as comfortable as we can. I'm sorry that you're stuck here tonight. I'm sorry that you're here in general. But we try to, for the most part, the majority of us, we look out for one another, and we help out as much as we can. So I'll go get Cynthia, can you help me get the blankets? And they talks to the younger woman that's like shaking, and she like goes over and like, hey, come on, help me get this stuff. And she turns back to all of you and says, we'll go grab the blankets and stuff. And Drew has been here longer than me. He might have better answers. And she kind of looks at him and he like shrugs again, like, I know as much as you know. But he says, yeah, I mean, I'll try to answer questions, but like I said, nobody really knows the right answers.
So, Drew, I heard you mention a sheriff. There's a cop in town. Just one.
So Ford, we call him the sheriff, and then he has somebody that helps him out. We call him the deputy. It's more for like normalcy purposes. He was a cop, or he was a cop in his old life, but basically he just kind of keeps the peace amongst those of us that live here. In this kind of a place, in this situation, tempers can run high sometimes. People panic, people freak out, people fight. So he just kind of helps keep the peace amongst the people. He makes sure that everybody is inside before the sun goes down, that sort of thing. He and I have the name. Hold on, what is the deputy name? Val. He and Val also take care of, and he just kind of points out to the dead body. They're the ones that kind of deal with cleanup when it's necessary. We also have a clinic. We have a nurse and a paramedic that are over at the clinic, and we do have some supplies. So if you get sick or injured, they can take care of you. One of the men from the bus kind of speaks up and says, well, I'm a doctor. So if they need help, I can help with the clinic if need be. I can pitch in. And Drew says, well, yeah, no, that would be amazing. So I mean, we try to keep things as normal as possible. We have hunters, there's a pier, and we have, some fishermen that'll go out there and try to get fish. From what we were told, there were supplies here when the first two, oh goodness, what are their names? I have their names somewhere. Lighthouse. Edith and where's the other lighthouse person? Edith and Gideon. Edith and Gideon said that, when they came here, they found, some supplies. The ground seems to be fertile, so we have some people that work as farmers growing things for us to eat. The people at the boarding house help us with like pickling and canning things. We all kind of pitch in to make sure that everybody has what they need. I can't hear you. Mm-hmm. While Lucky is working on tech issues, I feel you. I saw the Caption Ninja pop up for a minute, and it said like a sentence, and I got super excited, and then it stopped, and I was like, sadness. Yes, actually, I saw somebody in chat. They found, there was a cow, there was, a couple of wild horses that were able to be tamed. They had chickens. They have animals that they can keep. I heard something.
Okay.
Oh, now we hear you.
Oh! Oh!
Oh, hi. Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
This only happens to me on Discord.
Really?
Yeah, just sometimes it's like, Julia's not here, they're not talking. Fuck them, actually. Jesus, okay. I had to unplug my mic and plug it back in. Sorry.
No worries.
Um,
No worries.
But yeah, if I may, I'm gonna, like, I'm, like, starting to process this, but it's like, I think there's, like, still, like, a mental block that's, like, refusing to, like, fully accept what's going on and what these people are saying. Like, everyone is just being way too nonchalant about this. So I'm staying quiet for now. I'm gonna go over to Destiny, who I assume is having a really bad time.
So, I want you to know that Destiny has been, the entire time does not know what happened or what has been being talked about because she is in a corner. Is there like a bathroom in the cafe?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's been in the bathroom, in the corner of the bathroom, like pressing the headphones to her ears. The door is open just a crack
no.
because she doesn't want to be completely alone, but she also needs to be alone because she doesn't trust anybody except the people she knows. So she's just been in the corner, like just like this, and just like staring at the door if anybody comes inside.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, knock gently.
Who is it?
It's Lucky.
What's the password? We don't have a password. Okay, come in.
Hey, friend. And I'm just gonna come in and sit down next to you.
Are you real?
Yep. You doing okay? So no. Okay, that's fine. Look, I know this is really weird. People are really weird. I don't know what's going on. But we just need to stick with it for now. Just stick with whatever they're telling us. Just, they're not pretending it's fine, so we don't have to do that. But just for tonight, we're gonna deal with whatever they say, and then tomorrow morning, I'm gonna try and figure something out. So you can stick with me if you want. You don't have to.
Are we like, what's happening?
For a second, I thought we were being kidnapped, but
We're being kidnapped?
no, I thought that, but
Oh.
now I don't think that. They're trying to help us, but I think whatever's going on, they're convinced of something. I really don't know, but look, like, we don't. They're not in charge of us. Okay, so we'll just spend we'll spend the night here and then we'll figure it out. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, it's really, why is everybody here?
I don't know. It's so weird. It's so crazy. What a coincidence.
Summoning foolishness.
What?
I don't know. They summon people.
No, I don't think they do much of anything here.
Okay. I don't know. There's a lot of confidence. There's a lot of confidence talk happening. They know. They're in the know, and we're not in the know. If we're not in the know, then it's gonna be bad that we're not in the know because they know, and we don't know.
Well,
we don't know.
Respectfully, they've been telling us things, and you've been in the bathroom, which is
Oh.
fine. Which is totally fine.
A bad thing? Are they trying to recruit you?
No, they're not trying to do anything. I think they do want to help.
Okay.
I think they just.
Oh, that's what they all say.
Mm-hmm.
No, continue. Sorry. Yeah.
They're trying to help in the way that they think they can. I think you and I can figure out a better way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we could. Yeah, me and you. Yeah, we could do that. Me and you. Yeah, salute. Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a booth. I'm gonna try to sleep. Just if you want to talk about normal shit with someone, I'm here. Okay?
Which booth are we going to?
I mean, I don't know if they're numbered. You'll see me.
No, I mean, which are we going to right now?
Oh,
Like right
well,
now. Like
let's
we're
go
going.
pick one. Let's go pick one.
Okay.
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 I will
Do you wanna
say that there is one booth that's in like the corner, like that is away from a window. So if somebody
Yeah.
would like to sleep there so they don't have like creepy crawly things like come out and play while they're trying to sleep, that's there
You
is
know,
that.
if you want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
The scenery.
I'll take Destiny over there and we can set up.
You see, like the little small headphones that Destiny has. There's sort of the plug goes into the bag that's in like around her shoulder, and as we're like setting up, you see Destiny is like constantly like looking at each person in the room, like scanning them multiple times as Lucky's like setting up, but then we'll just gradually she then calms down. she sees Grammatala and says,
Hello, Destiny.
"Hi, are you okay?"
Oh, I think the correct answer is no in this case.
Yeah, it's
But
fine.
nothing is as worse as what I've gone through already. So,
Jesus.
well, my husband died 2 years ago, and this whole thing. And,
Whoa, what?
huh? Yeah, Billy died. He died in a car accident.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So, you know, everything. There's other stuff that happened after it. I don't want to bore you with
No,
everything. But yeah, nothing is as worse as that.
I'm really sorry, Tala.
Yeah. I have my 5 kids, so it's nice to see them.
Yeah.
Do you want to listen to radio static?
No, I've been humming some of my favorite songs from Samoa, so I'm okay.
Can I hear some, please?
Sure. I'll sing the one I know in English. It goes. Sorry for my voice if it's bad, but it goes. My sweetheart, you're so far away from me. My heart returns to you. Just wait for me. Yeah, so I've just been singing that. That was Beatty's favorite song. So it's getting me through all this feeling I have in my body. So
You see Destiny like tearing up, and it's like, that's a happy song.
yes.
I would kill and die for this woman. My god.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will commit crimes for this lady.
Yeah.
I feel like the most horrible little shit for taking Grandma Tala from her like kids and grandkids and putting her in this
How dare you.
place.
Yeah.
Grandchild.
Yeah.
You should.
It's okay. The song later in the song, the lead singer kind of takes a break from singing and just says like, I've traveled so many miles just to see you, you know, and yeah, it's just Biddy and I were born on the same island, but he had to cross the mountain to see me, so you know it's kind of like that, and it reminds me of him a lot.
Oh
It's
my-
not like the sea, the Pacific, but you know, it's kind of like that. I love him.
Grandma Tala is a treasure.
Mhm.
I feel so horrible now.
Good.
It's okay. It's okay. Grandma Tala is okay. It's like every immigrant parent. We're okay. It's okay. I'm okay. I sing my songs in the corner. It's okay.
Can you can you if I can can you teach me some of like the songs even if they're not in English, like the
Yeah.
non-English ones?
There's some cool upbeat songs, and
I
I
like
like
upbeat.
those. Yeah, they're
I like
fun.
upbeat
I'd love
first.
to teach.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
I
can
like
teach.
upbeat. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do
Yeah.
Lucky. Do you want to do that? Do you want to learn upbeat songs while nothing's happening? Do you want to
I'm
do
really tired. I'll just watch you guys.
that? Okay.
Oh, I don't think we should do it tonight. Destiny, you need to go to sleep. It's been a lot. Okay.
Here
Yeah.
right
Do you want to sleep next to me? I was going to lean up against the window and then just sleep like that. Cause I don't want to lay down. I don't know if I'll get up. My old body.
How about I'm gonna stay up for a little bit anyway because I tend to go to bed kind of late. I'll keep watch.
Yeah, you could put your head on my lap. It'd be good. It'd be good.
Okay.
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 I'll say some stuff in Psalm 1 that will just make everything better. It'd be good.
Destiny, I found this if you want something that'll help you relax. And she'll hold up the flask.
Oh, I'm not allowed to drink that.
Sweetie, we're in a town that's not going to let us escape. There are no rules anymore.
What?
Oh, Destiny, this is did you not hear? Oh, what
I'm just gonna like put my hands on Destiny's shoulders and look at Tala and Max and just like very pointed be like, everything's fine, and we don't have to worry about any of that right now.
What we do? There's no way out. There's no way out. That's what they said. Well, did I misunderstand? I'm so sorry. I've been trying to learn English this whole time.
No, you're wonderful, Tala. No, you're fine.
Okay. I'm gonna go to sleep. Yeah.
Destiny, Destiny, they're saying there's no way out. I don't think that's true.
I agree with Lucky. But until we leave this town, there is no more rules because we're not anywhere.
Hey,
It's like a very creepy vacation.
No!
Whoever said that, no.
No voice in the sky.
Look, I promise we will feel better in the morning.
Yes. Yes. And then like look at Max. Yes. And then look at the flask. No. But yes.
Old is Destiny?
22.
Oh, wait, so you can legally drink.
Okay, let me make it clear. Legally, in every circumstance except the destiny is mine, she should be able to trade.
Fair.
Also, I will say before I go lay in Gromatala's lap, because that is the only thing that will make things better right now. Where's Miriam? Where's Miriam?
Miriam would not have budged since the little animalistic murder scenery. She would have gone from overeager to catatonic.
I just lost my hat. It's gone. What? Hello?
I was wondering.
I was like, something's not right. Then Destiny will I think hold on to it's like Lucky's holding her shoulder, but put her hands on top of Lucky's hands. I will point at Miriam. They already got them.
She's just that's how she is. She's just like that.
She hasn't moved. I've been checking.
Yeah, sweetie, it's fine.
Okay. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine for now. It's fine.
For now?
Oh my, why did I say that? Okay.
For now. For now. What did they tell you?
Hey Miriam, you alive?
Uh-huh.
Yep, we're good. Okay.
See? Everything's fine. Hey, Drew, quick question. Why don't they just break the windows?
We don't know. All we know is
So-
that every building in this town is safe as long as you are inside. Anything outside of these buildings within the town's perimeter, is free game.
I'm gonna go up to Drew. Hey, my friend is a little bit of a scaredy cat. If we could stop talking about this now, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, you know what? You guys must be hungry. Does anybody want something to eat?
That sounds
Completely
like,
forgetting that you all just witnessed somebody torn apart.
yeah.
I could eat.
Is it poison?
No.
No. Look, before I came here, I was the head chef at my family's restaurant. So, we have a restaurant in New York. I'm not saying I'm the best cook ever, but it's not poison, I promise.
That sounds pretty good.
If it is poison, Drew, I'm taking you with me.
That is fair.
All
That is fair.
right.
If it would make you feel better, I will take a bite first. Show that
It would, actually.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Wait, on the same plate, or are you gonna eat they're gonna take it up and then eat your own plate? Because then if you eat from my plate, then your saliva's gonna be on it, and then
No,
that's
my
gonna,
own.
that's gonna
My own.
taint? Okay.
No, I have some stew that I can reheat, and I will take a bite, show you that it's safe, and then I will serve the rest of you. But I won't
That's
put the
great.
spoon back down in the soup, I promise. It's just clean spoon in the soup. Dispose, I promise.
And I'm gonna look at Drew and give him a kind of you see what I mean kind of look.
All right, so stew, does anybody want a grilled cheese sandwich?
Oh yes, please.
Okay. He's gonna go back in the back. Maria and the younger lady Cynthia comes out with a bunch of blankets and pillows for everybody, and they start kind of just passing them out. It is not long before you smell what seems to be like a beef stew wafting from the kitchen, and it does indeed smell pretty delicious. As promised, he actually will bring out the pot that has the stew simmering and set it down on the counter. He will pick up a clean spoon and show everybody that it is, nothing's on it, it's fine. He's gonna dip it in, eat it, and he's just gonna stand there for a minute to make sure that he doesn't die. So is anybody hungry? Okay. Cynthia will bring out some bowls and some clean spoons. Maria comes back with plates of, with a big platter of grilled cheese sandwiches. Please help yourself. There's plenty. There's plenty here. Please, yeah.
I'm gonna look at Grandma Tala and say, do you want? I can take up your food for you.
Oh, that would be so nice. Thank you so much, Destiny.
Do you want a
Yeah.
sandwich or do you want stew?
Probably the stew, please.
Okay.
Faftaya. Which means thank you in Samoan.
Oh wait, say it again because I want to try to repeat it.
Well, if you want to say you're welcome, Destiny, you say fafitai fo'i. Yeah.
Fafetayoi?
Fafitai fo'i.
Fafetayoi.
Close enough.
Okay, I'll get. Okay, and then she'll move to go get a bowl of stew. And then she's also getting a sandwich for herself because it's easier to pick apart a sandwich.
I'm gonna, once I have my food and I'm back at my booth, I'm gonna like subtly take out my camera, and I have a Nikon F2, and I'm just gonna like, what I normally do is I kind of like hide it under my cardigan. I'm just gonna just like take some casual shots of just people sitting and eating.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Roll me a photography roll.
Ooh. Okay.
And that is going to come into play when you are able to develop the pictures, but I just kind of want to get an idea of what your role is going to be.
Okay. That is a 36 on a 60.
Awesome. Okay. Make a little note of that.
What's the note? Share with the class.
Oh, I just was making a note that Lucky passed the photography roll, and that way, like tomorrow or the next day when Lucky is able to develop the film, maybe there's a little something extra on it.
Hey.
But we will see. Is there anything else anybody wants to do tonight before everybody kind of goes to sleep?
Once like people are starting to wind down, Max is gonna like the notion of these things just being polite enough to not break in is bothering her still. So could I make like a spot hidden? I'm looking for like anything weird or out of place that can account for why awful monster thing outside doesn't just break in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. That is a 42 out of 60.
Perfect. So yeah, as you're kind of looking around, you do notice something, A, that's out of place, and B, that you kind of recognize. In the baseboard, almost behind one of the booths, like you actually had to like kind of get down and like look to notice this thing. Carved into the baseboard is a symbol that at first it kind of takes a second to jog your memory. It's like one of those things like, I know I've seen something like this before. Where have I seen it? Oh, you pull out your bus ticket, and the logo for the bus company, which is like a circle with the star, like star inception, like a star within a star within a star type thing. It looks very similar to that. And that is carved into the baseboard.
Don't like that.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence. I'm sure. Do you share that information with anybody?
I presume it's only Lucky's probably closest and still awake as far as I can tell. So Max will be like, "Hey, Lucky, come here a sec."
Yeah. Hi.
So she'll pull out her bus ticket and
Mhm.
line it up with the symbol on the baseboard. Weird, right?
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
weird.
yeah. Oh, you're here. Hi, Miriam.
She has been lying awake this entire time.
Maybe we keep this a little secret from the townspeople because I don't trust them at all.
You don't think that we're here like on purpose?
I mean, I think everything happens for a reason, so someone did this to us. There's always someone to blame.
I mean, I guess. How much of Max's career is like public knowledge?
So it would be like when John Gotti was still around, everyone kind of knew who he was.
Yeah.
That's like you're aware of it. It's yours probably
okay.
not extent.
Okay. It's like that thing where it's like you kind of just don't talk about it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what any of this is, but I'll. You're better at figuring things like that out.
This is a little bit out of my world of expertise, but
Do you? Go ahead. Sorry.
Actually, could I possibly roll like a cult to try to identify this?
Absolutely. That's actually what I was just
All
looking
right.
at.
I wanted you to so bad. I really want to be
Alrighty.
beaming the thought into your brain.
Oh,
Oof. That is an 88 out of 70. So I will say this. You recognize it as some kind of a sigil. So you don't know exactly what it's for. You don't know exactly what it means offhand, but it is something that you could potentially research to figure out.
alright.
So it's not a complete failure. You do recognize it as some sort of otherworldly thing. You just are unsure exactly what it means.
She is going to walk up, take a look, kind of cross-reference for a little bit, and then just murmur, "It has something to do with this."
wait.
You're muted. Oh, I thought Talo was saying something. Sorry. Give me a spot hidden. Anybody else, anybody that would like to roll this can roll this, and we'll see
Alright.
who finds things.
I'll roll.
Can I roll even if I'm laying down?
Yeah.
Okay.
47 out of
bad.
48.
Nice.
Dang.
Nice.
That's a 35 out of 40.
Okay. Oh my goodness, everybody is like seeing everything tonight.
Yeah, 33 out of 35. Or 37, whatever.
Destiny got a 4. Destiny is like half asleep and like from across the room, like, hey, what is that?
Wait a
That's my
minute.
destiny. That's my destiny. Destiny.
I was not expecting everybody to pass this. That very rarely happens. Okay, so what is her name? Hold on, I have a name from somebody. Is it? Aha, it was her. Okay. Names. Miriam. You finding this thing on the thing is kind of got your curiosity piqued. And as you're kind of looking around, there was a girl on the bus with you, very young, like maybe 18, 19 years old. She had a backpack on her, and she was wearing a Miskatonic University t-shirt. She is laying in the booth next to you, and she has her backpack on the table. She is asleep, but sticking out of her backpack, you do see that there is a book. Which one is it that There's a book, and you see the just kind of like poking out like one of the edges. You notice that the word magics is on like the spine of the book. If you would like to take that, you can. I'm not going to make you roll a stealth roll or anything like that. She is like dead asleep. So if you would like that book, you can grab it.
Miriam would need that book.
I had a feeling.
Any other circumstance would see like a character waking this person up and asking, but the hands are grabby.
I just added a book to your character sheet that you may want to look at.
Okay.
The hands are grabby is such a sentence.
I know, right?
When I'm adding it to my vocabulary.
What a way to describe kleptomania.
Right? And you might want to check on all the tabs that you can look at, because it's an interesting book that you found. So let me see who else rolled. Lucky, you passed. Tala, you passed. Destiny, you passed. Max, were you rolling again or no?
I wasn't sure if I could roll again, but I will if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's go. Nope.
Nope. Okay. You're still like focused on this thing and like kind of giving the side eye to the people that are here. So who else was it? Okay. Everybody but Destiny and Max. You notice that actually, we're gonna do this the opposite way. You all notice that as you're kind of like looking around, that same mark is in a couple of other places in this room. So like anywhere there's an entryway, anywhere there's a doorway, there is one of those symbols carved next to it, above it, somewhere near the entrance. And it's like exact. Destiny. Drew is like about to close the blinds, and you just happen to like glance up because you're kind of like startled at the sound of him, like the sound that the blinds make. there is one of the people standing at the door. And you notice that there is like a little almost embroidered section on like the outfit that they're wearing, and it's that same symbol.
The people outside?
Yeah.
The smiley people?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wild. Okay. I see that. Does cause I assume I'm just sort of with Grandma Tala. Does Grandma Tala share the seeing the things in other places?
Yeah. She's like, did you see on the door? There's that marking. It's kind of like everywhere. Don't like it. It's kind of scary.
Like wanted to point out Destiny. It's like people. There's people outside.
Yes.
People outside.
Yes, there's people outside. Okay.
Same thing.
Oh, now I'm even more
On
scared.
clothes.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm freaking out.
Oh.
This is bad. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You have to get it out of your body. I get it. We will bring it up tomorrow.
Okay.
But I will remember too.
Remember. Together. Yeah. Can you sing the song again? Because now it's really, eyes don't want to close anymore. It's really bad.
Hey, before I sing it, I want to say something first. Okay?
Okay.
It's for you. Just for you.
For me.
I have to pull it up. Yes. Yes. It is E iai uinga taua ma leaonga olo olanga ma lava tangata. Which English. Something like you and everything that you do in your life. Everybody has it. Word. You and your life and everything in your life is going to have a purpose. And it's yours. It's not anybody else's. And that's you. That's destiny. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I start singing the song again.
You see, like, there's a moment where Destiny seemed like she heard that, and it seemed like something, like, sort of clicked in her brain, like something about that resonated with her a lot, and then something immediately conflicted with it. But then when you start singing, she just sort of calms down and sort of relaxes on your lap. And I think Gramatal would probably be the one to know that Destiny does this. She doesn't do this with anybody else. She doesn't let anybody else touch her for this extended period of time. It's just like truly that's just reserved for her, and she's just sort of curled up in a little 6'4" ball.
I forgot she's tall.
And will it takes her a while, but she will eventually sort of just fall asleep. Her eyes stay closed because she's just trying to focus on the song because she does not want to. In her mind, she's like, if I don't fall asleep, that's going to be so disrespectful. I can't. I have to fall asleep now. So yeah.
All right. Is there anything anybody else is doing before falling asleep?
Miriam is going to move a bit closer to Max. She is going to begin by pointing out all the other sigils. Look. It's definitely involved.
Do you know how?
Not yet. I'll find out. I was planning on being alone for this.
Not my ideal vacation either.
How... She is almost going to bite her tongue, but she is going to force out a... How many people have you watched die?
Max smiles and is just, I don't think you want to know the number, but
I do.
also I stopped counting.
How do you get used to it?
I suppose it's knowing they deserve it.
What if they don't?
I don't know, it sounded like he deserved it. She'll nod to the corpse right outside the window. I'm used to human monsters, not real ones, so.
Okay. Then she's gonna inch back to her little corner and try to fall asleep.
I will say, to answer your question to Drew earlier, it pretty much left everything behind. Like, it didn't eat him.
Yeah.
It didn't
Mhm.
really take anything. It just basically tore him apart for the fun of it.
Cool.
That's great. Wow. But yeah, I got that.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we might go ahead and take our like a 10-minute break here, and then with everybody kind of trying to wind down and get a little bit of sleep, and then when we come back, we will start the next day and get into whatever it is you guys would like to do. So yeah, we will be back in about 10 minutes. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I hope everybody's enjoying it. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and go. We have returned. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for waiting. I was taking care of some tech gremlins during the break, and I think I have them all worked out. Thank you, Aaron and Adelaide, for jumping in with me and helping me figure it out. I appreciate you all. All right, so for anybody that's just now coming in, our players were on a bus. Constellation, I forgot the name of the damn bus, if I'm being honest. Constellation Bus Studios. I just had it. Where did it go? Constellation
Bus Lines.
Thank you. Constellation Bus Lines is the words that I was looking for. When they somehow managed to find themselves at a tree in the middle of the road, and they turned back to try to get directions from a small little town they had passed as the sun was setting. And now they are stuck in this town. They were hustled into the little diner. They met some locals. They met some of the things that come out at night when they kind of tried to tempt them outside and tore apart one of the townspeople because he was drunk and outside looking for his wife. They, managed to get a little bit of rest, and now it is the next day. Are you guys waking up early? Are you still like sleeping in?
I'm up.
Okay.
Grandma's
I,
won't sleep long. Grandma's up.
I think
Definitely-
Miriam would also be up.
Daphne also wakes up early.
Bunch of early birds.
All right. When you all start to kind of wake, you kind of wake to the smell of breakfast. And you can kind of hear the sounds of somebody in the kitchen area getting food together. As you all kind of wake up, Drew and Maria are inside the kitchen. They're kind of talking in hushed tones. They're not trying to like keep anything from anybody. They just don't want to wake people up. Is kind of the vibe that you're getting from them. As you kind of wake up, if you're kind of trying to listen to what they're saying, it's a lot of like Drew trying to tell Maria what to do, and Maria like not taking it and being like, look, I know how to cook breakfast. I don't need you to come in here and tell me how to fry bacon, okay? I got this. How about you go make coffee? And then, he'll just kind of huff, I just don't know what to, I'm anxious and I don't know what to do. We have all these new people and, how are you holding up? And, like him trying to get her to like open up about like her husband that was lying dead in the street. So it's a lot of that. And then, how do you think the new people are holding up? Do you think we're going to have, issues with, them trying to like go out at night, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what is going on in the kitchen when you guys are starting to wake up. The body is gone in the morning when you guys get up.
I mean, nothing.
I will say, Destiny wakes up pretty early. Grandma Tala will be the one to note, when she wakes up, she is like quiet for like a good couple minutes. She doesn't say anything. And then you just sort of hear her mutter, rabbit, rabbit. And then like she like holds her fingers crossed for like an extended period of time. And then if she notices that Grandma is awake, she will look like properly like look up as if she like was not paying attention to anything around her for those couple of minutes. I will just go, "Oh, good morning."
Manuela Tayao, did you get a good sleep?
Yeah, I had a really the worst case scenario nightmare where
Oh,
I was like the bus that I was supposed to go to get home,
yeah.
it broke. It stopped. It didn't, like, there was something in the way and it couldn't go there. Well, actually, first off, I had to take a completely different bus than what was originally arranged. So like it threw off the entire plan. I was freaking. I was flipping out. And so yeah, I got on this new bus. Like, well, I guess just break down, but it like there's something that gets in the way of it. And so we have to stay in this creepy town in the middle of bum nowhere, and and suddenly they're like go inside because I don't know, there's like zombies or something, and then and then we had to run inside, and then there was all this like talk and stuff, but I didn't know what was going on because you see, I didn't hear any of it. But then then there was like weird like things engraved in like places, and the same things that were engraved in places were also on the shirt of whatever was outside. And let me tell you what that would be. Is that is whack. So
Okay.
awful. Hated all of it.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare. So Destiny, can you take some deep breaths with me? Go in and out. We go in and out. That wasn't a nightmare. In. It's okay. It's okay. And I'm just patting your head like I'm patting my cat right now.
Ooh boy, I need a cigarette. Max is gonna go outside. She'll light up, and the bus driver was inside with us, right? Or did he get? Nah, oh, he didn't get nommed. Good to know. Um, so the compartments under the bus, do they need a key, or can you just open those?
You need a key, but you see the bus driver over there.
Oh, great.
Yeah, the bus driver is already there. The bus driver is talking to an older white gentleman. They don't seem to be arguing, but the bus driver seems a little annoyed.
Max will walk up to them too. Then.
Okay. When you walk up, the gentleman has a gun on his hip. It's not like he's not like threatening anybody, but it like he has like the the belt with the holster. Um,
What's that like?
he looks like, so like the stereotypical, like, I want to say Sean Connery, but I feel like that's wrong. Like the older movie, like the older cowboy movie.
Sam Elliott?
Yeah, something like that. Like the older like cowboy movies with like the sheriff with the hat and like that's kind of the vibe that he's given off, and he has like the salt and pepper hair. He's probably about like 6 foot tall. And as you're walking up, he's trying to explain to the driver, whose name they would have shared it with you is Morgan. Morgan McKay is the name of the bus driver. So he is kind of explaining to Morgan, I understand that, the passengers, this is their stuff, but you got to understand, we, kind of put everything together here and we share what we have. So I'm gonna need you to pull all this stuff out, and we're gonna have to go put it in the warehouse, and it's gonna have to be tagged for inventory. And the bus driver's like, well, I'm not doing that without the expressed permission of the owners of said bags. You cannot force me to give you this stuff. That's not how society works, sir. And he's like, well, I understand that, in normal society, that's not how it works, but this is not a normal society. I figured you had thought you'd realize that by now. Look, I'm not trying to say I'm trying to steal everybody's stuff. I'm saying that everything goes, we have a warehouse, and he kind of like points up one of the bigger buildings that you had passed. Everything goes in the school, and we just, one of the locals here is in charge of keeping track of everybody's stuff, and if you need something, that's who you go to. Some people need clothes, they need stuff, and we share here.
That sounds to me like someone owns all of our stuff and we have to ask for it.
He kind of like, he doesn't hear you walk up, and he kind of like is a little startled, and he turns to look. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that somebody owns everybody else's stuff. I'm saying that we just want to keep track of what we have. That way, if something gets low, we know about it and we can try to find something. We can try to replace it. We try to keep we try to keep everything organized here. That's all. I'm not saying that we're gonna own your stuff. We're just saying if there's something in your stuff that somebody doesn't need, or apparently some of the people on the bus ran off. Well, they're not coming back, so that stuff needs to go get logged in, and we can share that stuff.
Sharing. Yes, great. That's what that's called. Normally we call that stealing in my line of work.
I'm not. I agree. I agree with you, but we have very limited supplies, and we have to do what we can do to survive here. And if that means taking somebody's suitcase after they're gone and giving it to somebody who's still here that needs it, that's what we're going to do. I don't want to steal your stuff, but there are people that ran off into the woods, and I can promise you if they come back, they're not going to be somebody that you want to talk to, and they are not going to need their jacket.
Oh, honey, I'm not worried about you stealing my stuff. She's just going to casually brush her suit jacket back, so the gold-plated 45 glints in the sun, and then she'll let their suit jacket fall back. You're not taking anything that belongs to me.
I'm not trying to take your belongings. I promise. That's not what I'm saying. I'm simply saying there's bags in here that don't belong to anybody anymore because those people ran off. Those are things. There might be stuff in there that can help somebody. What if there's medical supplies in one of those bags? They could help somebody that gets sick or injured. That's all I'm saying. And he's gonna kind of lean forward and say, I would keep that close to you. Don't let too many people know you have it. But keep it on you at all times.
You don't need to tell me that.
All right. Just be careful who you show it to. That's all I'm saying.
I'm tactical in my decisions of who I show it to, sir.
Fair enough. Now, people around here call me forward. I'm not in charge by any means. I'm not saying that. I'm just somebody that tries to keep the peace amongst the locals.
Great. Here's how you're going to keep the peace today. Me and my 4 friends in there are going to grab our stuff. You can have the rest. I don't care.
He just kind of puts his hands up.
Good choice.
That's all I was trying to say. That's all I was trying to say. I'm not trying to take anybody who's here. I'm not trying to take your stuff. But there were people that ran off, and we might be able to use something that's in their bags.
Wonderful. How cutthroat.
He just
Why don't
kind of shakes his head. It is what it is. This is our new reality, and we're just trying to make the best of it.
I'll be right back. Leave these closed until I do. She's ignoring the cop now and talking directly to the bus driver. Don't open these till I get back.
Bus driver nods and leans up against the bus and crosses their arms and just stares up at the sheriff you're not getting past. If you want to get past me, you're gonna have to actually move me.
Then Max will head back inside. Hey, we're gonna need to grab our stuff before the cop outside takes it.
Okay.
Are we not leaving right now?
No, the cop was trying to loot the bus for all the dead people stuff, but it was probably going to include our stuff too, yeah?
Huh?
Oh, yeah, there was dead people last night, hon. Sorry. You're going to have to I'm going to need you to get up to speed and get comfortable with this real quick.
It's okay, Destiny. It's okay. You'll learn everything that we learn. It's okay.
People dying. Sorry, respectfully, yes. Grandma. People dying, dead people dying, people no longer of this world walking in the same air. That's not.
Well, no, they're not. Oh God, they're not undead. That's not a thing.
That's not it. They just died apparently because they ran the other way when we ran to the diner.
Yeah, they went outside and we stayed inside.
Yes.
Okay, well, no, I knew those people were dead, but I mean, like, I thought. I mean, okay, hold on. Okay. Why are we not? Why are we not leaving? What's stopping us from leaving?
We're gonna. We just need
Yeah.
to.
We just have to. It's kind of like a camp right now. So we have
We're-
to
we're-
fix some stuff and then we go.
Yeah, we're pretending we're going to go along with this little trapped in the
Yeah.
town thing, but we're not going to be.
They said it's safe during the day, so I'm assuming they're gonna let us go on our own now.
Okay.
So then
Besides
we
attempting to
walk
steal
around.
our stuff outside.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a
Yeah.
thing.
I'm gonna head outside.
Whack.
Um,
Okay, whack.
Miriam's gonna, like, as Lucky begins to go, Lucky,
Hmm?
could you grab my bag? It's the one with the brass hinges.
Yeah. You're not coming out.
I still need to look at these as she's like crouching over the sigils.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't open it.
I wasn't going to.
Good.
Miri, are you coming outside with us?
No.
Do you have a
she's
bag
shutting me
underneath?
down.
Do you want me to grab it?
Later.
If you could, Mac, that'd be so nice. Thank you.
Just let me know what it looks like and I'll grab your bags.
It's
Otherwise, someone else will be grabbing them. That isn't us.
it's a kind of white, and it says Samoa on it. Samoa.
Bag. We're taking our bags out the vehicle that moves wild. Just so you just keep going outside.
All right. So those of you that are going outside, the sheriff is there, along with the bus driver. There is another person that has joined. Where are they? Is it this one? Nope, not this one. Nope, wrong one. This one. That's the one I want. How old is he? This one is a 40-year-old ish woman. Very short hair, almost like pixie cut. Quite a bit shorter than the sheriff, about 5'4". Brown hair, brown eyes. Looks very kind. Is talking very friendly with the bus driver. Like, oh, where are you from? Oh, that's like just genuinely like trying to have a conversation with the bus driver. Whereas the sheriff is just kind of like scowling and shaking his head, like very impatient. He's not. He's more he's more like I have things that I need to do. You people, you're new here. I need to get you guys someplace to live, like that sort of thing. Like he's very impatient. He wants to make sure that he gets everybody settled. He's not necessarily trying to like be mean, I guess. He's just more like he looks kind of grumpy and he looks impatient, but he doesn't really look like he's trying to be aggressive towards anybody. The shorter woman that has joined the sheriff, as you all kind of file out of the diner, looks and gives you guys a very bright smile. Oh, hi, you must be our new residents. And you kind of like hear the sheriff like, Val, damn it, we've talked about this. And like, I'm trying to be friendly. Welcome to nowhere. That's what we've kind of named our lovely town, I guess. I'm Val. Hi.
The deputy.
Yes, I help Sheriff Grumpy Pants. I mean Ford. And like this person is very bubbly, very friendly. Comes off almost like naive. They don't quite grasp the situation that they're in. They're still like trying to make the best of it and think that everything's going to be great and fine. So just a very bubbly person.
So nice to meet you. Thank you for hosting us last night. We're just gonna grab our things.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Have you guys decided where you want to live?
Oh, we're not. We haven't made a decision about that yet.
Okay. Well, we can show you around. The hotel has some houses, some room. It's very basic, it's just like a motel. But the beds are comfortable. There's a couple of houses that are empty, and you could probably sleep like 4 or 5 people to the house and still be kind of comfortable. And then the boarding house has some space in it too. And I'm pretty sure doesn't the farm have? I think the farm has some space too. So you can pretty much pick where you want to live.
How people live here, like all together?
And you can kind of like see that like they turn to like look at like towards the motel, and they're like counting, and Ford's like, there's about 50 of us, give or take.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Good ads.
Okay.
Like those ads. The house sounds lovely. There's 4 to 5 of us. Max is looking at Lucky, and it was Lucky and Dusty that came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at them like you just agree. Great. We'll take one of the houses then. That'll fit all of us. We'll be comfy.
Okay, yeah. And Val like perks up. Yeah. So the sheriff and I share the house closest to the police station. So on the map, that would be house 5, is where the sheriff and the deputy live. The houses, they're all the same, which is kind of weird, but not weird at the same time. It's kind of weird. They're all the exact same. Like, some of the furniture is a little different, but for the most part, they're laid out the exact same. So it's not like somebody has a better house than somebody else or anything like that.
Someone here built them, right?
No, they were here.
Okay.
We didn't build anything. Everything was just here when we got here.
So I hope you don't mind me asking. So what happens when all the rooms fill up?
Sheriff Ford says, well, we've never really had that problem because some people don't last very long. There's always open rooms.
I bet.
Yeah.
You know, this would be a lot easier on all of us who just got here if you didn't say stuff like that.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be upfront. I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression. This is a situation that we've all found ourselves in, and honestly, we're not real sure how to get ourselves out of it.
Crack police work as always.
Give me a spot hidden.
Actually,
Wait, I'll let you pick. Give me a spot hidden or a psychology.
girl, you about to die.
I'll do spot hidden.
Okay.
That's 29 out of 60.
Okay. So when you say that, the quip about the police work, you see like he's trying to not laugh. Like for whatever reason, that remark has him very amused. And it's just for like a brief second. You can kind of like see like his mouth start to turn up, like he's gonna smile and start laughing. And he has this like very amused look on his face. And then he says, well, you ain't wrong about that. I never claimed to be the best cop ever. And the truth of it is, you know, we can only get but so far out in the woods. We can only get but so far out in the water. This road, no matter which direction you take, turns you right back around to the town. So, I mean, we've tried, but I mean, we don't know what else. We don't know what else to do. You all are more than welcome to look through whatever you want to look through. We don't really have a lot of rules per se. Just be respectful of everybody else and don't go out at night. But other than that, I'm not going to police you and tell you can't go somewhere, you can't do something. You know, do what you feel like you need to do, as long as you're not hurting somebody else and you're not going out at night.
Yeah. And I'll grab my bag and Miriam's bag, and we should get Miriam and Tala and then go to the houses.
Yeah, we'll get settled
Yeah.
in, get cozy,
Yeah.
come up with the ground, a plan, you know, all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Max will grab her bag and Grandma Tala's bag.
Okay. Just so y'all know, the diner is open all day. Obviously, there's no need for money here. Food is free. Everybody's got to eat, and we all work together to make sure everybody's fed. The diner is where everybody goes. Drew and Martha, they're great cooks. They feed everyone. The farm, if you need something specific and you don't want to go to the diner, you can go to the farm. You can go up to the boarding house. Everybody gives freely of what they have, as long as they have it to give. Living in the house, you have a small kitchen. You can cook if you want. It's just most of the time everybody just goes to the diner. It's easier. They cook, you know, big meals for everybody. It feeds everybody in the house. They also do like packed lunches. So if you're going out to explore and you want to take like food with you, just let them know and they'll pack something up for you. But yeah, go ahead and get the rest of you and I'll take you to one of the houses.
I have a question. I know this is a long shot. Any chance there's a dark room anywhere around here?
Actually, yeah.
Really?
The old school that there's a school here. We don't know why. There's never any kids here. That's one of the weird. There's a lot of weird things that go on here, but there's never been any kids here that I know of. But there's a school, which makes it's just weird. Anyway, we use the school as like a warehouse for the most part.
Okay.
Like when somebody is no longer here, we store all their belongings there. And if somebody comes in and they need something, that's where we get it. But there's also a couple of people that will help mend your clothes if you need it. And they work out of the school. They have a room in there that they work out of. Maria and a couple of the other people who like to take pictures set up a dark room. One of them found a book in the library about developing film. And they set up a dark room.
Okay.
So
Well, great.
Maria
Thank you.
can show you that. But yeah, if you wanna go ahead and get the rest of your group together, Val, I'll take them around if you'll take the rest of the new. Oh yeah, no, I got it. It's fine.
I will say Destiny grabs her bags and also another person like random whatever like large other bag she can see that she knows at least belongs. If she could recognize at least one that belongs to the people that went to the forest. That's hers now. She takes that as if nothing happened. But as she's walking away, she'll like turn back and she's like, "So, what other weird stuff goes on around here? Because you said like amongst all the other weird things, so it's like I'm just curious. I'm a curious gal."
Well, I mean, obviously you saw the things that the people that come out at night, if you can call them people.
Great start.
there's things in the forest. Um, I'm not really. I don't really know what to call them. There are animals out there. We've seen a bear or two. We've seen some wolves, that sort of thing. Sometimes they act a little funny.
Like funny how? What's funny to you? I find a lot of things funny.
I mean, they just, I don't know. Um, Sometimes it's almost like they're watching you, but not like they're stalking their prey. But I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes it's like they're watching and like listening, which doesn't make much sense. We've also been able to catch fish that we shouldn't be able to catch here. So like freshwater fish, we shouldn't be able to catch it in the salt water, but we catch fish that shouldn't be here. Things like that.
Okay, anything else?
I think that's enough for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's enough for now. We can get into more, everything else once y'all get settled in. But let's get y'all settled in, and then I can show you around the rest of the town if you want. As you can see, it's pretty small. There's no vehicles, and you have seen like almost like vehicle graveyards. Like there's vehicles that people have come here in, and they've just been like sitting. We sometimes we try to use those for parts if we need to for other things, but things work here. We're not really sure how they work, but anyway, we'll get into that later. Let's go ahead and let's get you settled into your house.
Yeah, settled, moving in, moving in day. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I love moving into a new home that I'll stay for an extended period of time in my life. Yeah.
Max pokes her head in the diner and is like, "Hey, Miriam, Grandma Tala, let's take a quick walk."
I'm almost done. And
I can see
can I
with
make
Miri.
another?
We're getting set up in a house together, so
Yeah, come get us later. It's okay.
all right. As long as you're fine, Should I bring your bag, or you want me to leave with you?
Yeah. Can you bring my bag? I have the one I want right now.
Okay.
Thanks.
What is Miriam doing?
Can I make another occult check?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm attempting to identify the icon again.
Okay. So you've kind of spent a lot of time like studying this thing and trying to like figure out what it does or like what it's for. You think based on like what you have heard from some of the locals talking, and kind of your history with the occult, you think it's some kind of not really. Originally you thought maybe it was a protection thing, but the creatures also have it on their person. So you're pretty sure it's some sort of like barrier sigil that keeps things either out or in depending on how you use it.
All right.
And you can tell that like the one that is on the ones that have been carved into the baseboards, they look a little off. Like they're not they're not perfect. So that's kind of why you're having a hard time identifying exactly what it is, because it's similar to ones that you've seen before, but it's kind of off just enough that you're having issues like really identifying it. But based on all of the information that you have, you're like 95% sure it's some sort of a barrier sigil that kind of keeps either things out or in, depending on where it's placed and how it's used.
Okay. She is going to jot that down, look toward Grammatala. Thanks for staying.
Yeah, I just, I don't like people to be alone because I don't like to be alone. So, even if I'm not talking, it's okay.
I love Grammatala.
Also, I had a thought last night, and I'm kind of afraid to, like do something about it. So you seem like really like into all of this. So, you know how this symbol's on our bus tickets?
Mhm.
There were other stops, like the first hour or something like that on the bus. I saw a lot of people leave. So, do you think that there's left tickets on the bus from the people who already left to see if they were like supposed to be here with us too or not?
Maybe that's something to look into.
Yeah, I was just
And
thinking about it, but the bus kind of scares me now.
and
So,
I am into all of this. It's why I've been kind of a bit of a recluse
that's okay.
for a while.
I was a
It's nice
recluse
to see
too.
you again.
It's so nice to see. I liked the times that you let me take you out and to forage in the forest when you were younger. It was fun. I think I'm
Still
gonna
do that sometimes.
incredible. Mangaya, kele sali. And I think I'm gonna do that today. See what I can get from some of the people who live here, because they said foraging, and I was like, maybe there's
Ooh.
stuff around here that I recognize.
Considering there are more people than me involved, I think I'll check with the others, but as long as I'm not urgently required, I would love to help out.
Yay! I love this. This is great. I got to stay behind with Miri, and now I have a partner in crime. Yes. Oh, I miss my crime
Aw.
shows. I want my crime shows. Man. Oh, okay. Should we go see where everybody is, and then figure out from there?
Right. They were saying we got a house?
Yeah. I don't know what that means. Could be like a house that I had back home, or the house that we have here. Don't know. It'd be nice to have a house back home, but that's a story for another time.
Um, Miriam's gonna gather her things and make her way to the little housing block
All
with
right.
Grammatala.
All right. So Ford is leading you guys to where it says house 6 is where he's going to take you. And as you're kind of walking in that direction, and you're kind of passing some of the houses, you do notice like they are very similar. The paint is similar. Like even the way the paint is fading on the houses is identical on all of the houses that you were passing. So he's kind of like leading you, towards, and he's kind of, filling dead air as he's walking, because he doesn't really seem like the type that likes uncomfortable silences. So he's like, all right, well, down this way you have the library, the school, there's a chapel, there's the boarding house, and the lighthouse. Nobody really ever goes to the lighthouse except for, Edith and Gideon, and they're a little weird, and we just let them do their thing. These are the houses. There's 10 of them, which seems, I don't know. Anyway, there's 10 of them. There's the fishing pier down by the water. And then there's the bar. It was like a weird like gas station almost that Beatrix turned into a bar, and she like, makes her own liquor. I think it's supposed to be vodka, but I honestly don't know. It's not great, if I'm being honest, but it's what we have. So, like I said, you're free to go wherever. Down the other way, there's a motel and the police station. The police station is the police station. We don't ever really, unless somebody, gets too drunk and we think that they're a danger to themselves or someone else, we don't ever really use the cells that are there. And we even very rarely, we usually just let people, if you're going to run outside in the dark, that's your decision. We try to stop people, but...
Drew mentioned there was a lighthouse last night. Is there, where's that about?
Oh, that's up there past the boarding house and the chapel. There's like a little hill. You just keep following it up. You can't really miss it. It's just straight up that way. If you see two old people up in there, they're really grumpy and they're kind of protective of their lighthouse. So if they're mean to you or tell you to get out, either ignore them or just let me know and I'll take care of it. They kind of think it's their lighthouse. It's not though. So you can just kind of ignore them though. Everybody else does. But here we are. This is your
Isn't
house.
it theirs? Don't they work there?
They do. They do work there. They keep they keep the light going. But they don't own it, and anybody that wants to go in there should be able to go in there. They're just kind of protective of it. But yeah, this is your house. Every house has 2 bedrooms. In each room there's two beds. Which house was it? Oh, there's another empty house that we can swap out. We can bring another bed in because I know you said there was five people. Yeah, we can bring another bed in here to make sure everybody's comfortable. If there's anything else you need, everything you need should be in here, but if you need something else, please let us know. Each house has a little basement. Most people keep it for like storage, that sort of thing, but yeah, this is you.
But there's nothing like in the basement, right? Like,
No, the basement.
preemptive.
No, the basement should be empty. I can go down there and check and make sure if you want, but the basement should be empty.
You should. That could be a cool thing you do with your life if you like, please.
Yeah, no, of course.
Groovy.
All right, so yeah, he opens the door. Most of the doors, he tells you, the only time we really lock the doors is at night. I don't really feel like we need to. The things don't ever really try to get in. They don't try to break in. They just try to get you to come out. It's almost like they need you to come out willingly. They can't or they need you to let them in. They can't just break the glass and come inside. But most people lock their doors at night. During the day, most people leave them unlocked because nobody's really going around stealing what other people have. Nobody really cares. But it's up to you if y'all want to lock the doors. There should be keys in a drawer by the door. And when you go in, there's, a couch and some chairs and table. There isn't a TV, but there is a record player. There is a small kitchen. There's the door that leads down to the basement, and then there's some stairs that lead up where the 2 bedrooms and restroom is.
While this talk is happening, Destiny's gonna lean over to Lucky. I think I will just say, what if they're vampires?
I feel like they've been very upfront with us. I feel like they would have mentioned. I don't think we're dealing with that here.
No, the people, the outside people, the scary outside people.
Oh, Does it really matter what they are? Is like one thing better than another thing?
Everything's bad, but I mean, I was thinking of like a way to deal with it,
Oh,
you
I
know,
see what you mean.
yeah, I would rather deal. Well, I would rather not
I
deal with anything, but I mean,
right.
That's fair.
you know,
No, I
if I could choose what we
yeah.
don't
Well,
deal with,
okay.
you know.
Based on what I saw, definitely not vampires.
Okay, okay, so what does that mean though?
I don't know, and I'm sorry that I don't know. I know that's not what you want to hear right now. Um,
It's fine. It's okay. I'm perfectly calm and
you
going
don't
with
have to
the
be Destiny. It's okay.
situation.
Destiny, I'm scared too. I don't like any of this either. You
Okay,
don't.
because everybody's asking like this is cool and it's not cool.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
need
not cool.
okay,
You don't have to
okay,
pretend with me,
okay, okay.
but we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be okay. 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 I stole a bag.
Lucky genuinely starts laughing.
Amazing.
Yeah, good for you, girl.
It's just her face is like, this is me helping. This is the expression.
Max looks genuinely proud of Destiny's first crime.
Yay! I look at Max and I was thinking like the double thumbs up.
Well done, kid.
I'm gonna say this is where Miriam and Grandma Tala show up to the house.
First thing Miriam is gonna do is look for any of those sigils.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it because you know what you're looking for. Sure
Alright.
enough, by every door, there is one of those sigils carved into the baseboard somewhere. In the there is a back door that leads to like a small little, well, just there's not really a yard anymore, but if there ever was one, but there is a back door. That one is actually carved like in the frame like of the door. You actually had to like open the door and look for that one.
I say. Okay, good.
Miri, I just had a thought from what we talked about at the place. So there's the sigils over all the doors. So if one of them gets in the house, can we go into a different room and then they can't come in?
Are
You think?
these just marking the the um front and back doors, or would these exist between rooms?
This is as you're looking around, it is any entrance into the house. So windows that, because like in the diner, the windows don't open, so there weren't any around the windows. It was just like the doors that lead out of the diner. So for the house, it's the doorways, and then if you actually like look at the windows, they're somewhere like around the window pane as well.
Okay. So there wouldn't be any in like bedroom doors.
Not that you find, no.
Okay. Um, not the way things are right now.
It's okay.
With some work, maybe.
Yeah, we can make our own sigils and maybe we can have more protection.
With the right material.
Yeah. Maybe we could put our bus tickets and then we carve it out through the paper. I have a pocket knife. It's for getting I don't use it, Max. I don't. I'm not violent. I just when I'm in the woods, sometimes I need it to cut to get
Yep.
herbs and stuff. You know.
It's fine. It's fine, Grandma Tala. I would never judge.
Okay.
So, are these? Do these appear to just be carved into wood?
What do you mean? Like,
Um, like just carved in, no extra material. Is that what it looks like, or is there a clear
yes.
sign of it?
No,
Oh,
it just looks like they're carved in.
okay. Um, let's see. Uh, yeah, it's worth a try.
That could be a project for later. I still want to go foraging.
Absolutely.
Has the cop left?
No, the cop is standing in the doorway of the house, like the front door. He is just kind of waiting to see if you need anything before he leaves.
Can we
Uh,
check the basement? Sorry to interrupt.
The basement, yeah, he'll check out the basement for you. And he's also there in case anybody wants to take a tour of the town.
I think we can see ourselves from here, officer.
You can just call me forward. I'll check the basement for you and make sure there's nothing down there, and then I'll go ahead and head out. But I'm around if you need anything. And everybody here is friendly for the most part. Like I said, Gideon and Edith are a little grumpy. But other than that, everybody else is very friendly and very willing to help. We all remember what it was like showing up to this place. So he'll go down to the basement, check it out, come back up. Everything's fine down there. There's, some chairs, some old chairs and stuff like that down there. But other than that, there's nothing. There's nothing to worry about.
Okay, goodbye.
Ford, before you go, I want to do some foraging today. Who I have to talk to forage today?
I mean, you don't have to get permission from anybody.
Well, you said I want to make sure that I don't go to the mist. That I think is what you said.
Oh yeah. So, all right, if you go past the farm, like
Farm,
past the library, into the
strawberry.
woods, you're gonna see some ribbons. If you go too far out, you're gonna see some yellow ribbons tied to trees. You don't want to go past the yellow ribbons.
What do
I
you
mean, you
mean?
can, obviously. I'm not gonna say you're not, like, it's forbidden. I'm just saying that's the line that we found where things get a little weird when you get past that line. Compasses don't work right. You get turned around really, really easily. You see things, you hear things. So the safe line is to stay on this side of the yellow ribbons that you find. If you need equipment, anything like that, go to the school and I had a name and then I lost it. My apologies. You're gonna want to talk to Annabelle. Annabelle should be at the school. She's kind of short, like 5 foot. She has short, curly blonde hair. Very nice lady. You're gonna talk to her and tell her that whatever you need, and she'll get it. She'll make sure you get it. A lot of the tools that we use, a lot of the weapons that we use, we ask that you turn in. We don't want a lot of these people running around all willy nilly with guns, because honestly, they don't know how to use them properly, and somebody's gonna get shot. So if you need some tools, just sign them out, sign them back in, so we can keep track of them. But other than that, you're free to do whatever you want.
Okay, thank you.
And only one person has the key to that warehouse where all of that stored.
No. Annabelle has a key. Val has a key. And Drew has a key.
I see.
Oh, and what's her name? Because I forgot her name. Hold on, let me look at the lady at the farm that I don't remember. No, it wasn't Marigold. It was. Where is my? There we go. There's the job list that I had. Maybe. Are you gonna work? You're gonna work. Okay. Ashley. Ashley over the farm has a key. So there are several keys. Anybody can get you in that has a key. Annabelle is just the one that kind of keeps track of everything. She has the ledger. She keeps track of everything that we have.
Delightful. Thank you so much.
You're very
Ford,
welcome.
sir. Do you hunt game?
We do have some hunters that do, yes.
Where do they live?
Finn and Peter. That would be Finn and wrong person, and Peter. They both live at the motel. They both have rooms over at the motel.
What room?
Didn't think that far.
Not exactly.
Finn is in room. Finn is in room 6, and that's going to be on the bottom floor. And then Peter is going to be in room 17, and that's going to be you're going to go up the stairs, and it's going to be up the stairs.
All right. Thank you very much.
And like I said, if you need anything, you can come find me. You can find Val. Anybody really will help you. The clinic, and he points out the clinic. If you get hurt, if you get sick, if you need anything, I have way too many lists. My lists have lists at this point. Danny and Jordan work at the clinic, and they will help you. They're very kind. They're very knowledgeable. They're really good people. So if you need any kind of medical anything, they're the ones you want to talk to.
You can also talk to me. I used to do that. I do herbal stuff, and I forage for this stuff. So if you ever want a natural way to fix yourself, you talk to me. Okay. Thank you.
He gives you a big smile, and he says that is so kind, and we always really love when people get stuck here and jump in and want to help other people that are here.
I'm very glad you continued that sentence.
I'm so sorry. I was kind of just telling the people in the house first, and it didn't include you because I'm very anxious because I don't like new places and new people, and I know these people.
No,
So
that's understandable.
give me I don't know how long, but I try my best. Thank you.
Your secret's safe with me. I won't tell anybody that you are an all natural healer. I will let you tell people when you are ready.
Okay, thank you.
So much.
Yes.
Nothing bad can happen to this woman.
Yes. If anything bad happens, the entire party is just going to fall apart, dissolve in real time.
It will be a rampage in Grandma Tali's name.
Yes. Okay. One more thing. Do you happen to have a library?
We do, actually. Nobody ever really goes there. It's very unorganized, I guess.
She is going to light up.
He looks
can
very
organize
surprised that you look excited about this. I can give you the key if you want, and that way you can go in there whenever. Like I said, nobody ever really goes in there, but I mean, you're more than welcome to.
I can organize it.
I mean, if you want to, that would be great, but you don't have to. I'm telling you, it's not a job
know I don't
anybody
have
really
to.
wants.
I want it.
All right. He pulls out a key, one of those big key rings, and he takes the key off, and he's like, nobody really wants this, so I've just been holding on to it. Here you go. This is the key to the library. You're free
Alrighty.
to look through it.
Perfect.
All right. Well, if nobody else needs me, I'm gonna go ahead and make my rounds around town, make sure everybody's all right. I'm sorry you're here, but we'll make the best of it. Not like I'm sorry that you are as individuals.
I get it.
I'm sorry that people are here. But
the whole thing's ridiculous.
it is.
All right, have a good one.
Peace out.
And he turns and leaves.
Okay, as soon as he's gone. All right, so my first thought was steal a car, but
I think cars are fucked. I think we get the key to the warehouse so we can get who here knows how to shoot a gun.
Izzy, would
Wonderful.
I? I don't know if my pastor father would have that.
Did you put points into it when you were building your character?
I don't think I did.
What are the base points for like a gun?
20?
I think it's a base of 20. Yeah, it's not bad, but it's anyone can point a thing
I
in a
have a
direction and pull a
20 in
trigger.
handgun and a 25 in rifle shotgun.
Then
Yeah, that's base.
But I'm like, I guess I don't know if my family was a gun household.
I would think probably not, but that would totally be your decision.
Yeah, I don't think it quite.
At 3 out of 5 of us can shoot. That's good. That's great. That's fine. So we're going to get extra firearms and ammunition from the warehouse after we steal the key. I think the cops have to go first.
For the follow. Sorry.
Well, I don't think we need to get rid of any of the people here. I think we just need to get out.
Okay, sure. I'm just thinking they might try to stop us, that's all.
I mean, they've said, look, as...
They've said a lot of things, yeah.
Yeah, but I do believe them. You know, what
but
we
your brain
saw...
rejects all of this.
Huh?
Every bit of it.
But
your brain rejects all of this, doesn't it?
Well, I mean,
Every
I
bit
know, I know what I saw, and I don't want it to happen again. So, if that was real, then everything they're saying about cars looping back around and everything coming back here, I'm gonna take them at their word as much as I don't want to. So I refuse to believe there's no way out of here.
Here's the thing. I only trust the people I know, and the people I know are in this room right now. So everyone outside of this room, outside of this house, is suspect to me.
I mean, it's definitely suspicious, but I'm just thinking, like, what reason do they have to lie to us? They seem really scared.
You mean like, oh, we don't have a doctor, or oh, we always love when people that can do medicine show up here. Sentences like that should deeply concern you the second they leave someone's mouth?
I mean, okay. Well, they did say they have some... I don't know.
Or the fact that our bus tickets match the symbols on this place, almost like they were...
that's...
Yeah.
We might want to talk to our driver.
Speaking of, actually, I think I have an idea of what they are.
The shark teeth mouth things?
The sigils.
Oh, sorry. You said things and I assumed there was the shark mouth things.
Shark mouth things.
I'm sorry, Destiny. I don't have a better term for them. That's what they were.
Shark mouth.
That you were in the bathroom.
They're pretty reminiscent of protection staves that I've studied. It's imperfect, but it's close.
Oh, okay.
I think they serve as some kind of barrier.
So if it gets ruined...
Function depending on the usage.
To keep something out or something in?
That depends on where it is. I think that those creatures might have them. And I suspect that it's a two-part solution.
See, Destiny like raises her hand.
That's me musing. Oh, yes, Destiny?
Okay. Wow. So there's safety sigils
That's what you're saying?
Pretty much.
They have the shark teeth thingies, they have that on their clothes.
Yes, Grammatala mentioned that.
Oh, okay. So
I
we all know that.
I'm
Oh, now you're
Now I know that.
Oh, that is great. Now I'm glad we're so all on the same page.
um I have suspicions about what that means, but what I actually know is vaguely those create barriers.
I kind of want to check out the lighthouse.
Oh, one other thing. I'm 90% sure that Ford, is that the cop's name?
Uh,
Definitely wasn't a cop before he came here.
What makes you say that?
The way he reacted to when I made fun of his crack police work. He found my joke funny. No cop laughs at a joke that makes fun of them. Trust me, they don't have senses of humor.
Alright.
um right, well, before we all go off and do our own things, I was going to do a self check, and since most of the people that I know and care about are in this situation now, I'm going to offer to establish a baseline psychologically for everyone.
What does that mean?
Something to compare to when it comes to mental states. From what I've read, it gets a lot worse than this.
I mean, sure.
I'm not sure my baseline's going to be normal.
Whatever
That's
you
fine.
need, maybe I help you. Because you want to be my partner in crime? While we forage.
I'm so
Absolutely.
excited. I'm so excited to do crime with you all. It's very nostalgic for me.
What?
Um, so I'm I'm gonna want to use my psychoanalysis skill to, at the very least, like establish everyone's mental state.
Yeah, that's fine. I would say you can probably just roll one for the group if you want, or you can roll one for everybody. It's up to you.
Um,
Or you can roll one, see how you do, and then make that decision.
yeah, I am thankful for that decision. Okay, let's roll.
Well,
All right.
I mean, that's really close, though. You got a 72 from a 70. So if you wanted to use 2 points of luck to make that a pass, you can.
Um. Oh gosh. I
I mean, or you
no.
could take it and you could just, like, think that you did a baseline.
So, um. Oh, I'm so tempted to take those points from luck, but the thing is, um, it would make sense starting with myself to have that barrier of, that introspective bias get in the way of things.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna keep it.
Okay. Did you?
And it's just gonna be for me.
You. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Then I'm gonna roll for everyone else.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. So maybe I conveniently leave out the part where I'm a little traumatized at seeing death for the first time properly.
That seems fair. That seems fair.
Okay. Let's do Destiny next.
Okay.
yeah.
Wow! A crit! Oh
Well,
my
that was
god!
a 1.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god!
You,
I'm hurt.
I mean, yeah, you like You know Destiny.
That's perfect.
After a series of questions and like stereotypical ink blot tests and things like that, Miriam is going to instinctively move to put a hand on their shoulder, gonna back out a little, and then say, maybe I can work something out with the record player to where it can just play something for you.
For real?
Passively. I think so.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
Next up is going to be Grammatala.
Nice.
Alrighty.
That one was a 41, so that is still a success.
Alrighty. Then Max.
Oh, 96 Max is hard
Oof.
to read.
That makes sense.
You know you have to answer the questions honestly for this to work, right?
I'm always honest.
No. And then she's gonna move on to Lucky.
Success. Hey, buddy.
Okay. Well, there's where everyone stands. Save one. So, I'm not used to saying these things to other people. Stay grounded in your surroundings, your memories, reality, whatever. If you have pearls to clutch, clutch them. I'll do my best to make these checks daily, but there might be moments where that slips. If I am going to try to rely on your memories. If I miss a day, and any of you notice that I miss a day, please remind me. Alright, all done.
So, just out of curiosity, while all of this is going on, is anybody looking out of a window?
I think I feel like in this Max is in a scenario where she does not feel safe, so yes, always constantly checking places that people could come in from.
Okay.
Very
So-
passively.
All right. So Max, Grammatala, anybody else? Destiny? Okay.
Yeah, no, Miriam would still be, like, looking down at the conspiracy board of Max's answers.
So my next question is, the three of you that are looking out of windows, are you looking out of the same window? Like, are you, like, grouped up, or are you at individual windows? Or different windows, I mean.
I don't know that Max is coordinating with anyone. I think Max is just like hyper aware that yes, she's in a house with people she knows and mostly trusts, but also outside are 50 so people she doesn't know and doesn't trust. So it's like a constant like checking her 6, like,
Okay.
very tactically minded.
Okay.
Right, similar to Destiny, it's less of like she's looking out a specific window, and more so she cannot keep her gaze in one place for longer than like 5 seconds. So it's like her gaze is like constantly darting to whichever windows are nearby, just in case. And then if it feels like something catches her eye, she'll like stare out whatever window feels like something caught her eye.
Perfect. Okay. So each of you that have been looking out of a window, at different points, Max, at one point you're kind of like looking out of the front window, and you all see kind of what you would expect to see, for the most part. Like, there are people out there, you know, they stop, they talk to one another. Some of them are like carrying, you know, like a basket of vegetables or something like that. It looks like they're taking them to like the diner or the boarding house or something. It looks like very, very typical interactions between people that have lived in the same space for a while. But like, briefly, for just like a brief second, Max, as you're looking out of the front window, behind everyone that's kind of like milling about, in the distance, you see something and you almost miss it, but you kind of like track back to it. You see a man standing there. He's a very tall, thin man. And I mean, I'm talking like almost 7 feet tall. Like, he is a very tall, very, very thin man, skin and bones almost, like very, very tiny. Wearing a very nice suit, very like almost like tailored white pants with like white patent leather dress shoes, a white like almost smoking jacket, and it's like belted. He's wearing like a top hat. He has a very, very skinny kind of long face, but it doesn't quite look like the long face like the creatures had. It just, I don't know, he almost looks gaunt. And he's very pale, and he's just standing there staring. And he gives you a little wave. And then, you know, people that are just milling about kind of cross your eye line in front of him, and when they cross, he's gone. And Destiny and Grammatala, in different spaces and out of different windows, you kind of see something very similar. A very tall, very skinny man, wearing, you know, a very nice, very, very tailored white suit, and just waves. And then something else catches your eye, something walks in front of it, and then he's gone. It's almost like a trick. Like, you briefly see him. It's almost like a trick of your eye. You're not actually sure that you actually saw him, but you know you did. That sort of situation.
Okay.
All right.
Grandma Tala is not gonna look out the kitchenette window anymore. I gotta go to the table. Just walks over.
What's going on?
Huh? There was scary outside.
Weird old man.
Like last night, scary?
No. Maybe.
You scary?
I don't know. I don't know what I was looking at.
If we looked at the awful things in this place as a crime family, I'm pretty sure I just saw the boss.
I hated that.
Do you need a hug?
Everyone needs Grandma Tala hugs.
Destiny like I'm so
It's okay. Grandma Tala here, and I saw the same thing you did. It's okay, but not okay, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, I get it. Grandma, do you
Yeah.
want some water? Do you want
Um,
water? Would that help?
yeah, I think so. I think that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go get. What if the water's weird? And then she goes to find water somewhere in this house.
The sinks work. Water. It looks normal. It tastes normal if you sip it.
I will.
Just like water.
I will sip it, just a taste to be sure.
It tastes.
Um,
I mean, it tastes good. I mean, it tastes like water. It doesn't taste off in any way. It doesn't have like a weird smell or anything like that. It's not fizzy. It's just normal water.
she like, stares at the cup of water for longer than someone needs to, and then will pour it out and then refill it with a whole new fresh batch of water, and then bring it to Grandma.
Grandma takes it, downs it. Doesn't think twice. It's just like, that was good. Thank you so much, Destiny.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh goodness.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and we're probably gonna end a little early today. And we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here soon. We've been going for almost 4 hours. But before we do, I would like to know what everybody would like to do today. And Lucky, were you trying to? I know you wanted to go to the lighthouse, but were you going to develop your film as well?
Think that's definitely on the list. I think the main things are dark room and lighthouse.
Okay.
And also if I can say that I have like a little like pocket radio type thing, I would want to at some point try to like see what I can tune into on that, if anything.
Okay. What is everybody else? What is everybody else's plan for today?
Max is going to try to get one of the keys to the warehouse.
Okay.
That's high on the list. Also, would like to pay a visit to Val and Ford live in the same house, number 5. That's right, if I remember from my.
Yes. The way it works with them and the medics is one of them sleeps in the house. Like they alternate. One sleeps at the police station, one sleeps at the house. Whereas like the medics, one of them sleeps at the clinic, one of them sleeps. So they kind of alternate that way.
Got it. Cool.
Okay.
Just it's Grandma and Miriam. We're gonna go do foraging together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Then Destiny will probably just follow Lucky. She just doesn't want to be alone.
And then Grandma Tala and Miriam, was there anything else that you wanted to do, or were you gonna go to the forest and go a foraging?
Mm.
Mine's quick. I wanted to stop by the clinic on the way back to see what they need, and then what I find, and then see if there's anything that I can help them with.
Okay. And what about Miriam?
Okay, during that time, Miriam. Let's let chance decide.
I am a big fan of that.
Okay. Well, shit, I didn't even. I'm gonna have to let chance decide again because I didn't. All right. One is gonna be that one. One's going to be that one. Even. Are gonna be that one. All right. Okay. Miriam is going to get a look at the library.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. All right. Well, we're probably gonna go ahead and end here, unless there's something else that somebody wants to do, like in the house, really quick. Um, we're gonna go ahead and end here. Um, Thank you guys so much. This has been so much fun. I hope you guys have had fun. I love all of your characters so much. This is gonna be great. Thank you for everybody watching. Thank you for all the follows. We will be back not next week, but the week after. Same time, same channel, where we will pick up on their first day, their first full day in nowhere. Each of them has things that they want to do and investigate, so they're gonna have some cool things that they're gonna find, hopefully. But yeah, thank you everybody so much. Yeah, I'm just starting to ramble now. So, oh, right. Outros. I'm so sorry. We're going to do outros before we leave because I'm a goof and forgot. Please go around the table. Who are you again? And where are all the cool things? What are the cool things you're doing? Where can we find you? I'm going to go start somewhere. I'm going to go back to Max because that's who I started with. And then you can popcorn it from there.
Hi. Hello, everyone. I am Arian, pronoun she, they, they. I played Max, pronoun she, her. You can find me pretty much everywhere as Great Cthulhu. Actually, I think I have a command, don't I? There you go. That's my link tree. You can find all the stuff I'm doing there. I mostly post on Blue Sky. I do a lot of TTRPG stuff all over the place. So yeah, follow me there. I do nothing on my own Twitch channel, so I appreciate any follows on it. But you are following it for no reason. I do not stream on my own channel, despite being an affiliate. Yeah, that's it for me.
Who do you want to popcorn it to?
Oh, I guess we'll do it the same. Danny, go ahead. Same order. Let's go.
Hi, it's me, Danny. Otherwise known as Danny's Corner. Except it's not Danny's Corner, it's just Danny's Corner. But I like the alliteration. I don't know if it's alliteration, I don't know words. But you can find me on my Twitch channel, Danny's Corner. Whoa, I know, surprising. Where I stream a bunch of gaming stuff. I do art sometimes. And speaking of art, I do art commissions and stuff. So if you give me money, I can draw for you. Isn't that neat way the world works? But yeah, besides that, you can follow me over on my Twitter at animated pizza, or on my Instagram, which is _ Jane's Corner _ which because I've been posting art there more so, but mainly I use my Twitter and my Twitch. On my Twitter, you can find me when I'm doing pretty much anything, because I never know my own schedule. But I will announce when I'm doing stuff over there. So that's probably the best place to follow me if you want to keep up to date with things. Or you can follow me on my Twitch, and we do fun stuff over there as well. And yeah, okay. I'm gonna popcorn it over to. Sorry, I just looked to the side and my dog is like curled up in a ball sleeping. It was really cute for 2 seconds. It's really cute. I'm gonna popcorn it over to our lovely grandma Tyler.
Hi, everybody. My name is Merm. I she, they pronouns. And I played the wonderful and astounding Gravatala tonight. I I had so much fun, and I'm so excited to keep playing this character with all of you. I'm new. I'm baby when it comes to Twitch streams and stuff. And, I'm just starting to do like social media stuff. So the only place that I really post right now is my Instagram, which is at Mermwrites, MIRMWRITES. TES, yes. I am a writer, and so right now I'm hermiting everywhere, and I'm writing. I just started a new novel today. I have children's books and stuff that I'm working on, and that's what I do with my time. And then I do TTRPGs and play unforgettable characters, like Grammatala tonight. So you can find me. I'm trying to pick everything else up. So once that gets up and going, then I'll do more stuff with like Blue Sky and all that. So that's me. I'm gonna pass it over to Cass.
Alrighty. I'm Cassandra. I use she, her pronouns. I played Miriam. I am a digital artist and voice actress. I accept commissions for both. I post most commonly on my Blue Sky account, where I just kind of do stuff. And let's end off with Lucky.
I'm Julia Labouche. Tonight I will, going forward, be playing Anne-Marie Cartwright, better known as Lucky. You can follow me on Instagram at queenjulia_11 and Blue Sky, I believe, just at queenjulia11. I also have a YouTube channel, which is just my name, Julia Labouche. I have a playlist on there of all my RPG appearances across all the channels I've been on. I don't have anything coming up recently, but I most commonly appear on the channel Streaming Rainbow, which I highly recommend you check out if you're a fan of things like this, because they do a lot of really awesome work. And if you look on my YouTube, you can also, if you want to hear me sing or watch my original play Lightkeeper, that is on there as well. That's all the stuff I got going. Back to Izzy.
Hi, I'm terrible at doing promotions for myself, but I'm Elizabeth or Isabits. You can usually find me over on Shadows of Nox. It is a channel that I helped co-found with some friends of mine. We do a lot of sci-fi, horror, cyberpunk, all just kind of adult content, just because we want to be able to swear and do, gore and things like that. We are just coming off of our 1-year anniversary as a streaming channel, and we did this whole month of spooky, fun one-shots. I just recently ran the Alien RPG for Halloween to close everything out. So you can find me over there. I'm there Wednesdays for Power Rangers. We have a podcast that we release on YouTube, and I'm the Red Ranger. And then we also do a actual play alternating Wednesdays from that, where I am the Blue Ranger. Also, we're going to pick back up with our Being Villainous. So every other Thursday, we are streaming over there, where I am Beatrix Dupree. I am the honeypot extraordinaire, shape changer, assassin, spy. And we are all villains, and we each have our own evil thing that we want to accomplish. And we've kind of come together to kill heroes. We've killed 4 of them so far. It's been pretty great. Anyway, I am over there for that, and every so often you can find me over on Lucas G Variety playing Fallout RPG. But yeah, and then I'm gonna be here every other Sunday, running Call of Cthulhu for you wonderful people, and I'm super excited about that. Thank you again so much. I'm so excited that you guys are all here, and thank you for everybody that watched. I think we're gonna head out, and I just now realized that I don't have an actual end screen set up, because I jumped into doing tech for this at the last second, and I forgot to set that up, so I apologize, Aaron and Baba and everybody else, thank you for putting that. I forgot to put my own thing in there. It looks like we were rating. Thank you so much, Aaron, for being on top of it, because I am just a spaz today and I'm all over the place. We are rating Folk and Myth, so please stick around so we can rate them, and then we're gonna head out, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna, I guess, just keep talking and rambling until we raid over, so sorry. I promise next time I will be more put together.
Rambling.
I swear I will be more
We
put
love
together next
rambling.
time.
I know. And Kitty. Wow, Kitty.
Oh, Kitty.
Aw.